You know how Chuck Schumer fought against the Big Bullsh bill? He changed the name of the bill. It's no longer called the Big Beautiful Bill, guys.
What is it called?
I don't know. I don't care, because what does that do? Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 20 of The Jam. It's JJ, Abee. Not Alan, it's still mad.
He's still not here.
Bro. Good well wishes up to bro. He's currently dealing with some pneumonia right now, man. So
he got phlegm in his chest.
Got phlegm and shit. But I know he's in good spirits. We've been talking to him and everything. Yeah. He's very sad that he can't be here for this episode, but we gonna bring y'all a good one regardless. How y'all doing?
Man, chilling,
bro.
Man.
For the people that has ever dealt with like pneumonia, you already know, like you be coughing every 2 seconds, bro.
I actually never been.
It's like
really, I had
you don't want to, bro.
when we were younger and we went to California. No, we went to Virginia. We were dropping off my sister at college.
Yeah.
And then when we were on the way back, I had the worst case of pneumonia, nigga. I'm coughing, I'm throwing up. It was bad. I went to the hospital.
You niggas
I remember that day too. We stopped at McDonald's and we had like McDonald's breakfast. Nigga took a bite of that pancake.
It was immediate. I've never had a McDonald's pancake since then. I don't even know if they make those no more.
Nah, I'm not a sickly person. I get sick like one. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
I get even enjoying it.
We gonna have
the job.
I get sick like once a year.
Yeah, I very rarely get sick, but especially a serious one. I haven't had a serious sickness. I haven't gotten pneumonia or anything since then. So, hopefully my bro can.
Yeah, he gonna make it through.
He gonna be fine.
Bro. Then he gonna come back.
And he gonna drop the episode of hell.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a full Allen episode. He's just gonna be sitting in front of the camera like this.
Yeah,
solo.
For 2 hours. 2 hours. Shit, like 2 hours.
The
show. Hell yeah.
But
so
nevertheless,
what did we do last night though?
Before I was gonna say, nevertheless, we're gonna get into everything. We're gonna talk about. Happy 4th of July.
4th of July. Yes, sir. Happy 4th.
We got an American ass episode coming up for all the reasons.
This probably the most like pivotal like.
This is the weakest I felt about the state of the country during the 4th of July. Yeah, like patriotism wise, all types of shit for all the reasons we'll get into. But happy 4th of July. Hopefully y'all are barbecuing or chilling or trying to
put some on the grill. Just do it for the black people.
And put the TV on and watch this episode of the Jam. It's 4th of July.
It's 4th of July.
So
that's all you need. You know what else they need to do, JJ? Why are y'all not liking the video? Why are we not liking the video?
This is what I need y'all to do, right? Like the video, number one. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. So whenever we post, you get that notification and you hear it with the jam.
Subscribing is free and you can take it back. You won't take it back though. So you might as well just
it's literally that simple.
And
Spotify, everything.
You can also catch the podcast on Spotify, Acast, Apple Music.
Damn, you forgot.
Prime, TikTok, Prime, Pocket Cast. I hope I didn't say that. iHeartRadio, indeed, and then all the other options.
And other.
What to say? What we got for today's episode?
So today,
take us through it, man.
A lot of stuff been happening in the world and our personal lives. Getting into the main topics of today, bag work wise, we're gonna be talking about double agents.
Yeah, we seen you 50.
Yeah, we seen it.
We seen it.
Then we're gonna be talking about this big bullshit ass, disastrous ass bill.
Big trash ass bill.
As of last night, passing the Senate, going to the House for a final vote. So
Jesus Christ,
we are now one step closer to completely cooking the country.
Purgatory.
On the 4th of July. And then finally, we're gonna do Doom of the Day, talking about the most American topic there is, racism. What does that mean? I'll go through exactly what that means later, and then we're gonna do some comment responses. Finally, bringing back Jam Talks. We know y'all done forgot about it, even though it's pinned on the Instagram to comment with hashtag Jam Talks. But do that this episode if you have not already.
You know what we should do? After each episode, I might go through and like just delete all the Jam Talk comments on the Instagram. So then when y'all can before
Like
we
new
upload.
ones?
Yep. You can put some new ones under there. Yes, sir.
Okay. W innovation on the fly.
Innovation, yeah.
And if you can think of innovative ways for you to leave a comment, you should be leaving a comment.
It's that simple. It's that simple.
It's
Let's
that
get
simple.
into
Do
it.
your
Let's
part.
get into the fit.
Do
Yes,
your
sir.
part this 4th of
Fit
July.
check of doom.
Let's get into the fit check of doom.
Y'all want to go jam format?
Yeah, we can go jam format. So today, I got my gratitude.
Gratitude.
Some baggy jeans, some slight or whatever. A gray, like regular, like shirt. I forgot where I got this from. Probably like Kohl's or some shit. And then I got a tech on.
The Nike, yes, sir.
With the chain.
With the chain on and shit.
We do Soraya.
With the Soraya and shit.
But yeah, something slight.
Some slight.
All right, so we got the little watch on. You feel me? Little watch. Got the Travis T.
W.
With the necklace. You know what I'm saying? Why the necklace? The little satch.
The
satchel. Satchel. Gray shorts and the Raging Bull 5s on.
No Billionaire Boys Club sponsorship.
I know, bro.
No
we need
BBC,
the
bro.
BBC.
Damn, that's crazy.
Oh, what? Today, no BBC?
No BBC today,
no
bro.
BBC today. Yeah, fuck y'all.
What you got?
You know what I mean? I had to tap into my inner Allen.
Yeah,
you know
he's like a merge character.
I am. I'm like,
They
we the
fusion hard
fuse,
shit.
you know what I mean? Yeah. So I got the Lewis step.
You got the
know what I
Lewis.
mean? Got the
Yes, sir.
Lewis. I got the big boy baggy parachute.
Yeah, probably got a layer of wax on the big.
I know, you know what I mean? I got the chain on.
Yeah.
I got the 333
Half
evil. I got the half evil. I got Allen necklace.
Allen necklace.
I had to rock my boy necklace.
What actually happened was he killed this nigga back.
Wow.
And then took
Took that nigga
Incarceration.
jewelry, nigga. Nah, I got the what else I got? I got another chain. I think this JJ chain. I'm stealing everybody.
Just a merch.
And then I got bro. This took 30 minutes to put on by myself.
yourself is
fucking crazy. And I got the Swarovski on some shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all see it? I was telling them because I was telling them how I look all glossy and shit.
With the new
Chipotle bag by the end of the year.
This is the
I'm
first
telling you.
podcast episode since you got that tat, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The first, bro, Chipotle bag, bro. By the next podcast episode, I'm probably gonna have like 2 more.
My next podcast episode, you can be like an unlocked character.
Yeah, Jay gonna have that too.
Get the 21 Savage
shit right here, nigga. Gonna come like these.
Under no
politics,
circumstances.
nigga.
Politics.
Soul, nigga.
Hell no.
Politics.
The day you see me pop out with the politics tat on the face is and the jam.
And the jam, nigga.
But yeah, so a lot of shit has been happening, man.
Shit,
in the
this
world.
weekend was crazy.
This weekend was ridiculous. Let's start with personally, because we'll get into Paris Fashion Week, but it was an eventful weekend. We met so many people,
So many good people, man. Shout out to Lstreetz for sending me the invite.
Yeah,
and then so Lstreetz is a Chicago rapper. She was big. She's still big now, but she was like, I guess she got her first start back when like Chief Keef and them were going crazy.
Yeah.
So her and Shauna actually did a remix to Don't Like with Chief Keef.
That's fire. Yeah, I seen the little videos.
Man, that shit was hard.
We got
as fuck,
invited
bro.
out to an album like listening party for Lstreetz and Shauna. That was fire as hell. We got to conduct a little interview with them.
That's gonna drop today. I'm looking over here like it's my camera. It's gonna drop today. It's a couple clips we got.
That'll be coming out for y'all to see. So that was cool as hell. We met up with a bunch of other people who know
some more
her.
local rappers.
Yeah. Shauna is Buddy Guy's daughter.
Yeah.
So not only is she a prominent rapper who's like locked in with Ludas since like back in the day or whatever, her dad is Buddy Guy, who mind you,
gang, the biggest clip we have on the jam is the Sinners clip.
It's like a big 1.9 mil probably.
Crazy.
And we got to interview his daughter. That's so crazy.
So crazy.
That's a crazy.
So
experience.
crazy.
That was only.
Thank you so much.
Thank y'all for that. We'll be bringing y'all all that content soon, and then we might do other stuff.
Yeah, we
might. James Bond.
You might want to look out.
But that was after.
That was that was today or yesterday.
That was yesterday because like the other day, it was either 2 or 3 days ago at this point. I don't remember. But we also
shit, that all happened.
Yes, this is all happening like
in
the same week. We also ended up we met up with this person that we ended up like linking with when we first were going out to like bars and everything in Chicago. We got connected with her, and she works at a bunch of other places, so she invited us to a different bar. We go in, we're cooling. They treated us amazingly. We pretty much had like a section, damn near.
Yeah, we got our own bottles.
just cause it was just awesome. Like they was trying to treat us well, hospitable, great place. And then we also
seen
D-Lo.
Another Chicago legend.
If you don't know who D-Lo is,
turn this podcast off.
You gotta go like
turn it off.
Watch something, read a book, something like.
Man,
gang, that was like my childhood,
D-Lo,
bro. Real
the
shit.
Pioneer and the author of the D-Lo Shuffle, the dance that we was doing on the schoolyard grounds.
Had me bopping, learning how to bop. Little suburban kid learning how to bop.
Inspired a whole generation of children. So we got to talk to him. We got to chop it up with him. We might end up doing some other stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? But that was dope as shit too, though. Shout out to everybody we met. Shout out to fucking.
Y'all remember the name of the actual bar?
Davenport.
Shout out to Davenport.
I did a day in the life. You know what I mean?
You did. Day in the Life of Doom, if you haven't watched it.
Go watch that day in the life. But yeah, shout out to them. That shit was dope as hell.
Yeah, so that was insane. There was a lot of shit that happened. Like,
what else happened this week?
I'm probably missing some shit. But
probably.
Like, we've been outside. We've met hella people. A lot. I've met a few of y'all in person now. I'm trying to keep like a list of names because I'm the worst with names, and it's just been all.
He be getting mobbed when we be
I have never gotten mobbed in my life.
Nigga, I be and I be standing there like a good bitch. Just smiling at niggas.
The phonies.
Just taking pictures.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Nah.
This nigga is actually kind of scary how famous this nigga is. I be forgetting this shit.
I've never gotten mobbed, but if I do, if I do see you in public, I'll try to be nice and prompt. But yeah, this shit was everything's been amazing.
We appreciate all the support, of course.
All the support, man.
It has been absolutely insane, and this summer just started technically.
Summer is now.
We just getting into it,
and we're just now in our 20th episode. So let's keep going. So we got some big updates just in the world. Let's be on Paris Fashion Week. So I have not fully followed along because I was waiting for Alan to give me the synopsis.
Yeah, he still is. I'm not gonna go too into it. Yeah.
Next week, buddy.
I would say, I'm gonna just, you know what I'm saying, surface up. First of all, did y'all have any brands that y'all was like, oh, like I low-key want to see from this or anything like that?
Who was the one you mentioned who you had like a controversial take about it?
Was it Murakami?
Nah, it wasn't Murakami. It was Jonathan Anderson.
Anderson. I had heard y'all talking about him and like waiting to see what he does.
I know Alan is waiting. Oh, I can't wait to hear what this nigga says. But I don't want to go too into it because I know he's screaming at the screen right now.
Don't leave.
You can give like an overview.
Yeah. So Jonathan Anderson, he moved from, I believe, Loewe to Dior.
I believe so.
And he's please check that for me. But I'm pretty sure from Loewe to Dior. He just came out. He just did his first collection the other day at Paris Fashion Week. Mind you, he has 18 collections a year right now, which is
really
fucking insane.
You could do that?
Because I know he has hands in so many other different brands, different you know what I'm saying, sections. So he has like 18 collections a year. It's fucking outrageous.
Like 1.5 per month type
It's outrageous.
Yeah, it's went from Loewe to Dior.
Yeah. So he did his first at Dior. And I'm just gonna say, I fuck with Jonathan Anderson and all the shit he did at Loewe. Alan, you might disagree.
They've been having civil war over this,
but like, I just didn't. I don't see how it's Dior. I don't see how this is. I see how it's good clothing. I see how, like, you know what I mean. But like, I'm not seeing a brand image, and I feel like with the house as big as Dior, and they're so focused on like Dior, you see Dior and you have an image in your head.
Yeah,
I didn't see that from this.
Really? Do you feel like he changed up too much, or he didn't like?
I wouldn't even say that, but it's more so the fit. Like I can see why
you have like too creative.
I see. It's not even. I see why you have a Jonathan Anderson at a Loewe. I don't, and I didn't see it from the. I didn't see it. I wouldn't say a fit at all because it's only the first collection, but. I just didn't see it with this collection. I was like, okay, like this is much more like, it's wearable. It's very wearable clothing. I like the cuts on it. He had a lot of cool shit, but it was just like, I'm not seeing Dior. I'm not seeing the reason why we should buy this because it's Dior. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not seeing that.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I also saw a lot of crazy shit though. Kid Super shit was crazy. I don't want to get too into it, but
yeah. I was gonna say briefly. We'll talk about it more with Alan. But what was your favorite part of Paris Fashion Week?
So far, Kid Super shit.
Yeah,
Kid Super shit was insane.
What did Kid Super do?
He did like this it was like over the moon thing, right? Like kid who jumped over the moon thing.
Oh shit.
And it was just it. I think with Kid Super, it's just creative, and Kid Super is like. He's just a designer. I don't know how to describe it. The nigga just knows how to design clothing. Like you see the collection and it's like, and I can't wait till Alan's here, like I said, because then we could we'll go into pieces and y'all will actually understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, bring out the pictures. And
with the pictures and shit. But like, he just understands how to design clothing that is wearable, but also it's different enough for you to say, holy shit, this can branch out into a completely different sector of clothing, almost like on some couture shit. Like it's art. It's really art. This cool, shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. So
what did Kid Super work on before? Like, what is his brand called?
It's Kid Super.
All right, I'm about to say because I've heard of that.
His brand is Kid Super. Yeah.
That's fire. I can't wait to hear.
I don't know his actual name. I think it's like Matt. I don't know his actual name, but yeah, I know the brand is just Kid Super.
That's fire. I was gonna say. What did you say?
I want to say something that I've seen. And it might be related to Paris Fashion Week, but I don't want to leak it.
It's We'll
talk about it later.
Comb Dylan. That's his name.
Oh, okay. Yeah, damn, shout out then.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out, boy.
I saw Louis. It's the same shit though. It's
yeah.
Pharrell is just not. He
give me the sponsor.
This is the thing. I fuck with Pharrell, and the clothing is great. Obviously, it's just that next level of what separates a designer from a curator. That's what I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What do you think?
I get it.
And I think Pharrell is on that spectrum. He can curate Pharrell can curate an experience throughout the clothing, like a feeling, like a vibe. Like he can do that because I think he does it so well with his music. But when it comes to the actual design pieces, that art form of the design is lackluster.
Lackluster.
I think we've seen that a little bit because that was the kind of conversation we had
at the Met Gala.
At Met Gala,
with like Sabrina Carpenter and shit like that.
Yeah, it's not that it's not nice or that it's not good or whatever, but it's
it's not outstanding.
Yeah. Louis, you could, given Paris Fashion Week, given the Met Gala, you could do a little bit more with Louis, or maybe
that's the biggest house in the world, bro. It's like you have that platform. You'd think you'd utilize it a bit more than that. I didn't see that. Unfortunately, I didn't see that. But I still fuck with it. We'll
take
I got so many questions.
Alan turned off the episode. we gotta get into it next week or whenever Alan is feeling well enough. We're gonna have a whole deep dive because I want y'all to be able to see the fits and everything as well. So we're going to get all into that. But on another note, we had massive updates in the legal world recently, just like today.
So
Diddy, he beat the RICO,
the
big parts of it.
So we've been covering the Diddy case this entire time, right? We've heard the testimonies from Cassie's mother, Kid Cudi, some employees, estranged employees, whatever. It gets to this point. The nigga was found guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage prostitution. So that means I guess he was flying out different
escorts.
And escorts, you can't really, if you fly them out, they're not supposed to perform sexual acts on you.
Oh, that's
so
I know nothing about the law regarding
I
would hope I would never need to. That's crazy. Okay.
So he got found guilty on 2 of those, and then he got found not guilty on racketeering and sex trafficking. Yeah, racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking.
So how? Okay.
I think the reason why he didn't get caught for sex trafficking is because I guess they didn't find enough evidence that he was forcing.
Yeah, the coercion.
It's okay. So
Diddy.
I think it's you know what I'm saying, black man.
No, you
but also how do you get guilty for prostitute? You got found guilty for engaging in like transporting prostitutes and not sex trafficking.
Yeah. So like I guess technically, I guess technically because the charges are slightly different, obviously different like evidentiary standards. But my main thing that I think about when it comes to Diddy is that like I even seen a take from somebody that I fuck with like on my phone, and I'm like, I'm not. The whole, Diddy was gonna get put away for stuff that white men been doing. I'm like, that might be even literally true because a lot of these white men don't face any accountability.
Yeah.
But I just prefer we didn't have any Diddy.
like
if the first one they got happened to be a nigga, I'm not losing sleep over it. But I guess we're in this time,
bro. There was niggas outside the courtroom getting
baby oil on themselves in celebration, nigga.
Okay, see, yeah.
I'm sorry. This is not a character that, like, yes, the thing being like, okay, what was he guilty or not? Okay, that's all the thing.
Mm.
The celebration.
My thing is, okay, well, I guess and maybe it wasn't in the charges and shit like that, but also like, what about like the whole DV situation?
Yeah, I'm about to say also like, the only reason why the whole DV thing didn't get prosecuted is because statute of limitations. That video came out and it happened a while ago, and the LA Police Department was like, we don't know, we can't do anything about it. But it's not like we didn't just watch this nigga be.
Yeah, like
why are we celebrating? Why are we celebrating?
Bro, I don't.
Freaky ass nigga
he might not be in jail, but why are we celebrating?
I don't get it, bro.
Crazy,
I ain't gonna lie. So y'all going to the Diddy party?
Love Island update. So what happened?
Love Island.
Love Island.
As written.
Stay far away from the fucking Diddy party.
Yeah,
You don't get rubbed down in baby oil, fall asleep, game over. You're cooked. You're done.
Wake up, God knows where.
You wiping shit off. You wiping shit off your fucking face,
bro. That shit's horrible.
You're standing over there looking at
That's gotta have
shit.
been.
Nah, Love Island.
So yeah, Love Island is still one of the. It's always been super popular in the UK, but like for whatever reason this year, it's been like ridiculous in America.
Yeah,
blew up.
Some new.
Whatever reason. Oh no, there's the fucking reason.
Before you get into it, though, there's a couple comments that I seen of people talking about. I mean, it seems like y'all not even watching it for real and all this extra shit. I'm like, okay.
First of all, girl, I'm watching every one.
Yeah,
fuck is you talking?
Alan and Matt have that mainly covered. I've been telling myself to start on it, but I haven't started shit. I haven't started.
I ain't gonna lie, it's tough, bro, because it's an hour-long episode.
I don't have the mental capacity.
Bro, I got in yesterday at like 10 something, and I was like, oh my God, I have to watch 2 episods. And it was like, it was 2 hours of my night. It was cool, but like, you know what I'm saying?
I know when I turn it on, I'm probably gonna end up fucking with it, but it's getting started. Matt has been following along very intently, though. And there are broader themes that he'll tell me about that I'm like, okay, well, I can at least contribute somewhat to a discussion. Bro. What happened recently?
So where we're at right now, if you're not caught up, spoiler alert, we about to spoil the whole goddamn thing. If you're not caught up, where we're at on the story is basically, the biggest news is the other day they did a challenge, right? And they did this challenge where Huda, one of the top girls on there, was like, she was basically, everybody, the challenge was basically everybody was going around kissing each other. They had to get everybody heart rate beating, right? So like they was kissing each other, they was grinding on each other, everybody was doing everything, right?
So it's like if the heart rate goes past a certain beat per minute or something.
Yeah, you know, like a beat
I
per
remember
minute.
seeing that. The one thing I've seen about like Love Island or like shows kind of like that, I remember seeing that. I think it was a way different season where they'll do like that thing with the heart rate.
Yeah,
and I've seen the footage. I'm like, oh, y'all are like going for it.
They going. They
like going for it. Y'all like
hell yeah. So the couple we're talking about here, right? We're talking about 2 people. We're talking about a few people. It's a love triangle. It's Shelly, it's Huda. Or no, it's kind of 4 of them. Shelly, Huda, Ace, and then Chris, right? I'm gonna try to explain this in the easiest way possible.
Right now.
I know. I'm gonna try to explain this in the easiest way possible, right? They do a thing every year, I'm assuming. It's called Casa Amor. And what Casa Amor is basically both groups of the people, the girls and the boys, they split up, they find they get a completely different group of girls and boys to match them. And then they come back together after Casa Amor in the villa, and then they have all these new connections, like love triangles, all types of crazy shit. It's just messy shit.
Yeah,
right?
just make it more complicated.
Cheat on your cheat on your person, right?
Yeah.
After Casa Moore, Shelly is clicked up with this Chris guy, the 6'8" nigga. Ace little short ass is back at the villa waiting on Shelly.
Feet dangling.
Yeah, feet dangling and shit. So
hey, we all short over here.
Exactly.
We get to make that joke.
Yeah.
So Huda, even though you know what I'm saying, Shelly's with Chris, Huda doesn't have anybody, and she's she's talking to Chris. So Huda talks to Shelly, and it's like, hey Shelly, like I want you to know, like I'm gonna probably, like basically I'm gonna save Chris. Like, basically, let's switch. Like, you go with Ace, I'll go with Chris for now. You know what I'm saying? We can still explore connections with each other. She's like, yeah, I'm cool with that, right? Shelly's like, I'm cool with that, right? The little event happens, right? Raise that heart rate.
And then you see it happen.
Shelly is grinding on the 6'8" nigga in front of the short nigga Ace. Like, on top of this nigga.
So, as context, like, they're all, like, in no clothes, pretty much, and they're all sitting around like with each other. There's like a middle area where you can see everything happening.
So it didn't party.
But like the fire pit, right? And everybody grinding on everybody. Shelly is grinding on Chris in front of Ace,
and everyone can
Ace is in there sick.
Ace is the main person that Shelly was with.
Yeah, that's what everybody wanted to be.
Ace and Shelly sitting in the tree.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, bro. Yeah. So Ace sitting there sick, watching. Huda is sitting there clapping, even though she's with Chris, like they're not, they're in a couple, right?
That's what you're supposed to be doing for the.
Everybody's exploring. Huda then says, okay, I'm gonna do my big one, right? Huda got the fattest ass on the show. I'm gonna keep it at that. So she pulls Ace, and now she's grinding on Ace, but it's like wicked. Basically, what really happened was though, the nigga Ace got hard. That's what it was. They didn't show it. But like, nigga, if
you saw what they were doing, what were you gonna say?
Nigga,
if you saw what they were doing, like
you expect some crazy shit. Yeah. So the nigga got, you know what I'm saying, swole. And fucking Shelly starts losing her mind. And when I say losing her mind, I mean like the spiral. I thought like maybe like a brain worm came in her shit, start fucking her shit up. Because I'm like, so nobody just saw Shelly bounce on the nigga Chris twice.
Yeah. Wait. So let me get this straight. So Huda goes up to Shelly and is like, "Yo, can we swap?" Right? And she's like, "Okay, we can swap."
Yeah.
Fine with it.
She does her shit.
Then sees the swap Chris, in real time.
And then when it comes to the swap, actually after swapping,
she mad.
I
remember I seen the.
She went to Chris, left Chris, and then came back to him in the same round. Went back to him twice to grind and kiss on the nigga.
Yeah.
If I'm Ace, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not taking that shit, bro.
I seen like the camera like focusing on Shelly, and you could just see like the anger like building up. She's just like, and I'm like, wait, why are we mad? Wait, I thought
I don't. The thing I get what people is on her ass and all types of crazy shit.
I've been hearing
it got even crazier after this last episode because then they all start like talking shit about each other basically. So they was like. They had a standing on business episode, so everybody was like, "I hate you. You did this.
I'm standing on messy.
Yeah, just mess, right? So it's the messiest situation in the fucking world. Everybody hate everybody. My thing is this, and this is the only thing, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say because we got to keep moving. This is what happens when you start mixing the fact that it's a game versus like, oh, I love everybody. You don't. Stop lying to motherfuckers like you fuck with everybody because then you get in a situation like this, you talking shit about people when really half these people should have been voted off anyway. Alondra shouldn't fucking be there. I'm sorry. Kill me about it, but she shouldn't be there. Why? She's in a love triangle with a nigga that been not fucking with her and now everybody's like, Taylor's the worst. He just didn't fuck with her. It's that simple. Like, she shouldn't be there. Huda shouldn't be there. Y'all should have been.
I see so many people say they love Huda.
They passed on voting Huda off 3 times, my nigga, or 2 times. I think it was 2 times.
Wait, hold on. So they passed up on voting just to be
twice,
mad at her
just
now?
to be like, oh, Huda, you're not a girl's girl. You've never You could have been voted her the
you
fuck
could have
off.
nipped this in the bud.
Exactly.
They voted out Shorty and them the other episode who wasn't even problematic.
Hannah. And that nigga Pepe was like, why y'all vote out Hannah?
Nigga named Pepe.
It's just, I think you avoid all of these situations if you vote the people off that like you should have. Amaya. Sure, Amaya's super cool. One, I will say this: the niggas that got on Amaya ass, that all the girls want to talk about being a girl's girl. Oh, Huda's not a girl's girl. Nigga, 3 niggas ganged up on Amaya. She's bawling her eyes out, and no girl was saying shit. No girl was even.
That's the thing. Is
like, yeah, y'all are bullshit.
Y'all have a standing on business episode. Yeah. And now none of y'all standing. I feel like,
and I ain't gonna lie, Shelly and Alondra and Sierra, I'm not fucking with that, bro. That's that. Like, I feel like that's a very toxic like dynamic of,
what happened?
Of a lot of butthurt individuals. They was just talking shit, basically. They was just like, they were all kind of tag teaming on Huda and tag teaming on Taylor. And I just feel like that's a group of people that it's like, it's a lot of bitter shit going on with at least Alondra and Shelly. It's a lot of bitter shit going on. Sierra, she just want to be in some shit. She happy with that nigga Nick. I don't know. It's crazy. I'm gonna keep y'all updated.
Love Island is insane.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Man, I will say from the things that I've seen and like paid attention to. Well, I don't know how many people gonna let you live with Huda because I've been seeing like the public opinion sway on her every episode. Every episode is either get her out of here or like I actually fuck with her now.
I think she needs to go, but I do think like
entertainment.
Yeah, well, entertainment. I think she needs to go, but at the same time, also I kind of think she's experiencing. She's having her own experience. Yeah, and I think it's annoying that everybody on the island wants to police everybody else's fucking experience. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. You're not even in a fucking relationship, Alondra, and you sitting there trying to police somebody else. I just don't get that. Shelly is in a love triangle with a nigga with both niggas that not really fucking with her right now because of how she acting. You fucking your own shit up and you don't even realize it while you sitting there talking shit about Huda.
Man,
I don't get it. But
crazy people be the biggest hater.
The biggest.
Yeah. Man, there's do y'all want to talk about XXL? We can briefly mention it. I seen the XXL freshman list just came out.
I feel like Adele. Have y'all seen that shit?
I have to react to like all of the individuals, like, the individual freestyles that they do. I gotta react to those. But yeah, it's a decent list now.
Yeah, I did see this is one of the first lists like in a minute that I've been able to like recognize a few names. On there. I know Ian was on there. Was Nino Page?
Yeah, Nino was on there. Nino was hard.
Ian.
Baby Chief. Yep. Ian. Eam. Rayvon. That's the nigga that did that song with Kendrick. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, Rayvon.
Yeah, Rayvon.
He was at the pop out and shit.
Yeah, he was.
Was he?
Yeah, I think he's like the first or second person.
He the nigga that ain't that the nigga that's beefing with
Joey Badass.
Joey Badass. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've not paid attention to that beef at all. I need to go listen to everything.
But yeah, that shit. I think Double XL. It's overdue. I think it's overdue for they need like an overhaul or something. They need to switch some shit up. They need. I ain't gonna lie. It's just it's not in the same. That's in my opinion. But then again, we're older now. Yeah. I feel like maybe when we was younger, we cared a lot more.
Yeah, we were also 21. Not that old.
Well, older in the sense of like our music taste is different in the sense of like we listen to a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, I don't think that matters. I think it's just shitty. I don't give it a minute. I think it's shitty.
I'm about to say I have like a I be giving myself shit for my music taste because I feel like I'm not expansive enough. But I feel like at this point there's just certain shit with XXL it just doesn't get me that interested. There are a lot of people where I just like, all right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's decent. We can look into it, but yeah, it's.
But yeah, congratulations everybody.
Congrats. Yeah, if you made it.
If you made it,
that nigga Baby Chief, he's 16. Or he's 17 or some shit. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, from Chicago. Yeah.
Damn. He was doing some type of I forgot where he was, but he like previewed his new song. Nigga, the whole crowd was going crazy.
I said, Went West. Went West.
Yeah, Went West.
Yeah, Went West. That song
shit
going
hard
up right now.
as
Hell
fuck,
yeah,
bro.
hell yeah. He did like some Kanye. He was saying how he produced the song and he produced the beat for the song or like the whole song.
Oh, that's
so he named it like Went West. He was talking about how.
Oh, Kanye. Oh, yeah, that's
it's dope. Nah, he dope. So yeah, shout out to them.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, dope as shit.
All you can hope really is that people who get like listed on XXL don't go on to become double agents.
Yeah.
Really?
And there's some niggas who blew up since before double XXL time that have then gone on to become double agents.
Let's get into it, right? So I talked about 50 the other day on my shit. I ended up making a video the other day on TikTok. It did pretty decent. I think it blew up to like 30 something K or 40K or something like that. About 50 Cent, bro, and how, bro, I'm capped out on my bullshit meter, bro, for double agents or weak ass niggas that can't understand the time period that we in, bro. This is a pivotal time period that we're in, bro. Like in every regard. We cannot have niggas like this in the community, bro.
The thing that annoys me is that it's like and there might be a lot of people who will be upset. There's a thing like the older mindset that 50 Cent and people like him kind of push to like Black Americans or just like the Black community in general be pissing me off because I'm like, you see who you're running defense for. We'll get into like everything what he's done in his journey through it, but the shit that I've been seeing him say recently, explain
Christ,
like
bro.
some of the context.
I got you. So context, right? So this we're gonna take it all the way back, right? I know a lot of y'all remember this shit. And I definitely know y'all remember the shit with him and Trump, all of that, the back and forth it's been, right? We're going to go through a quick little timeline about everything that has happened everything that I can find that has happened between 50 and Trump, right? So not everything, but just the past. So 2016, right? He made a post about Trump, and the post was, "Let us pray. Lord, please don't let Trump into office. We'll spin out of control." That's what he said 2016, right?
Wow.
Oh, cool. 4 years later. Right? He posted about Biden's tax plan, right? This was when Biden was talking about the 62% on anything over 400,000, all that shit, right?
Which is not bad.
Which is not crazy
Not a bad
because
plan.
you know you make millions of fucking dollars, right?
Yeah.
Cool. He responds to this 2020. He said, "What the fuck? Vote for Trump. I'm out. Fuck New York." Added, and then he said, "The Knicks never win anyway. I don't care. Trump doesn't like black people." Or, "I don't care. Trump doesn't like black people. 62%. Are you out of your fucking mind?" Right?
So it sounds like you're crashing. How do you say?
Yeah. And that's, I couldn't even tell if the nigga was saying like, "I don't care if Trump don't like black people."
Yeah.
But he was like, "I don't care if Trump don't like black people." Oh,
And also, you're a millionaire.
yeah.
Boo-hoo.
Boo-hoo.
Good God. Y'all
Good
niggas
God.
always threaten to leave New York. You're not leaving New York.
Drop an album on Jesus, you'll make it back. What are we talking about, right?
Jesus Christ.
But you know what it is though, and I want y'all to trace the angle, right? Why is 50 Cent still prevalent, right? The angle 50 uses, if you can see it right here, the Knicks never win anyway. The angle 50 Cent uses is that humor. So niggas, old heads, niggas will see that and be like, that nigga 50 crazy, man. No, 50's dead fucking ass, and he a greedy ass nigga who don't want to fold on nothing, who don't give a fuck about your broke ass or any of the shit you got going on, right?
Yeah, and that becomes abundantly clear.
Abundantly clear as we continue to go through it, right? Then after saying all of that shit, right, he got called out by his ex-girlfriend, Chelsea Handler, saying, she was like, "He used to be my favorite ex," and then also added and was like, hold on. She had to remind the nigga. She was like, "I had to remind him he's black and can't vote for Trump." She bullshitting, right? But then she added again, she was like, "He shouldn't be influenced by financial concerns." Like fucking everybody is. You know, as on some bullshit. All of these niggas are, right? Then after this, right, he doubled back and was like, "Fuck Trump, I never liked him." At this point, nigga, you just dick in and out.
You just saying,
fuck, nigga,
you just saying whatever.
Bullshitting, right?
Just talking just to talk it.
Right after that, right, on the Breakfast Club, then that big ass clip, right, in 2024, the whole Breakfast Club situation where he was like, "Oh, they wanted me to perform at the big ass Nazi rally for MSG."
Where they were saying that I don't remember if Stephen Miller came over. They had that one nigga making jokes about how like brown people have children, like Hispanic people, like they
crazy,
racist,
So they wanted him to perform,
right?
For the $3 million, they wanted him to perform Many Men, and he declined it, right?
Wait, that was the rally where that one buff ass nigga came. He MAGA. He was screaming. And
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and there was one that I think that same nigga was the one calling like Democrats a low IQ, like saying that
Tucker Carlson.
No, that was this random bald nigga that they had on this fucking Madison Square Garden. First of all, fuck anybody who attended and spoke at that rally. Second of all, they were they just let the mask fall off. It was right when Trump was the general election finna happen, and they just stood up there and said every racist thing in the book.
Yeah,
they still do that. They don't give a fuck no more.
Yeah, real shit. And And then the nigga said, I don't get into politics. I'm afraid of politics. I don't like no part of them. You fucking lying. You've been talking about this shit for the past fucking, at that point, it had been 8 years.
Yeah, on a literal sense, he's lying. But also, like, everyone who says I don't get involved with politics is a fucking Republican.
Yeah. Because you know
90%. Yeah.
Because you know that it's indefensible for the shit that you want, and you can't defend it.
Yeah, that's my thing is that like it can be your perspective, but stand on it. You're wishy-washy.
Yes, because you understand though, 50 Cent has so many black people that fuck with him, but they also call him out on the shit, so that's why he goes back and fucking forth.
Yeah.
And then he be like, y'all know I'm just trolling. Oh, 50 just trolling. No, he's the fuck not.
Yeah, exactly.
He's stealing money from your broke ass. That's like, what are we talking about?
The decision that he's for is the thing that gets him bread first. So then, whatever happens to you after.
And that got proven November 6th when he then said, I don't care how the fight goes, I'm leaving with the winner. Right
on election day?
Yeah, right after the election.
I don't care how the fight goes. You have the luxury to not care how the fight goes.
Like niggas gotta really understand that he has the capital to not give a fuck.
And that's proven right here as well. Let's see this screenshot. This is the other day, Zohran, right? When Zohran was won the nominee, right? He says, where did he come from? Whose friend is this? I'm not feeling this plan. No, I'm pretty sure this was when Zohran was on the Breakfast Club, so I'm pretty sure the plan he was talking about was like it was like something for
it was either the taxes, like raising the taxes on people making $1 million by 2%, mind you, or it was like, I don't know, the fucking free busing, the free childcare.
Yeah.
What do you not fuck with?
I'm not feeling this plan. No, I will give him $258,000 and a first class one-way ticket away from New York. I'm telling. I can't see. I have my fucking. I have my thing up.
I'm telling. But Aziz, I'm telling Trump too.
Oh yeah, I'm telling Trump what he said too. This is Zohran.
What are you doing? Okay. So we've gone from.
I don't
fuck with Trump. Trump don't like black people, but Biden can't do this plan, so I'm gonna vote for Trump. But I don't really care about politics. But I'm leaving with either one. But fuck Zohran.
What are we talking about?
Put the phone down. Put the phone down.
Man,
someone needs to. You need to hire like a political consultant or some shit to like proofread.
You need to get a teacher.
Like,
read a fucking book.
I think the 258 bands. I think 258 bands is like the extra or some shit he'd pay in taxes.
Yeah. No, actually, I'm pretty sure that's like what it is.
You're 50 Cent.
50. Wasn't we just bragging the other day about with all the money on the floor, spelling out the big studio and shit? What happened to all that?
You'll be fine, bro. $250K, you'll be straight.
And all in that money goes or would go
right back into the community.
For you to
New York.
Yeah. So you can have less. So you got more niggas in houses, less niggas outside homeless, and less niggas to bother you when you drive past in your Phantom.
These niggas,
because that's all you have to be concerned with at this point. Your own financial situation, I promise you, as a nigga with the legacy of a 50 Cent, will be A-okay with a 2% tax increase in the heart of American finance. You'll be just fine. Everyone there will just
give it a year. You won't notice it.
You won't notice it.
You're bullshitting. All of these niggas though, and this is why I say the double agent thing. There's so many of these double agents in our communities, bro. We need to leave all of these niggas. And I'm not bullshitting when I say this. Why is 50 Cent prevalent in our community?
Especially when it comes to political discourse.
At all. These are dumb niggas who don't give a fuck about nothing but bread.
These are niggas, and the thing that pisses me off is because I feel like we're gonna get into a broader conversation about it, but because our society is so like consumer based and capitalist based. The ideal that a lot of us put in our head for when it comes to success is getting that personal fortune, getting that bread, not having to worry about all type of shit. That's cool.
And people make excuses.
Yeah, but the thing is, I was gonna say, the thing is, a lot of these people, a lot of niggas like 50 Cent, rapped. They did something. They had a unique ability for it. They got their deal. It ended up working out. They made bread. Cool. Niggas as a whole have like 1/13 or something the wealth of white people in this country. Do you think that listening to the 1 in 1 million chance of 50 Cent is going to actually help you?
Bullshit.
No,
more than
but
like
we,
a Zohran,
but yes,
or like
but we, because American dream, everyone wants to be wealthy, whatever. You hear a nigga with money telling you, "Yeah, I got money, y'all should listen to me," and you accept it with much more weight, despite the fact that the way they got that money probably is not applicable to the vast majority of the population.
And it also doesn't quantify actual hard work.
It doesn't.
It does not quantify actual hard work.
Because just because a nigga like 50 made an XYZ amount of money compared to another rapper does not mean he worked harder than that nigga. There's just things that fall into place that is just outside of your control. So that does not mean that a nigga's perspective, especially one that isn't even thought out enough to have a consistent through line, is the actual key to like black economic success or listening to this nigga at all.
Yeah.
This nigga is giving you policy updates.
It's a clown. A clown. This is what we have to understand about a lot of
that nigga make a Drake oplist.
A lot of these celebrities, gang. A lot of these celebrities, bro. These are figureheads. These are clowns. These are people that you look at in a horrible way. I'm gonna say it, and the reason why I'm gonna say it like this, right, is because this is how I feel like they treat the people that fuck with them, right? I had another situation. I'm posting a video about it today. A streamer named Lacey. The same thing. Oh, I only voted for Trump because I'm greedy. These people look at you like pawns. That's how we supposed to look at them. In a fucking glass wall, in a fucking behind the cage zoo. Yeah, because that's all it is. There's no substance there until you meet these people, in my mind. Why I shouldn't idolize you any more than I value anybody else in real life that I know. Because you have money. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Why? Because these niggas don't give a fuck about me.
Nope.
They don't give nigga.
Toss your ass to the side.
Nigga, if me and my OG was on my last nigga and I was like 50, I need this nigga wouldn't see my DM. Fuck is you talking about? These niggas don't give no fuck.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do we give a fuck about them, bro? It's bullshit, bro.
Yeah, I feel like the annoying part is that even when it comes to having hella money, 50's I don't know if he's a billionaire yet, but he's a millionaire. And it's even when it comes to the conversation of how much wealth billionaires have, because I feel like Jeff Bezos. I feel like niggas don't understand the conversation because they've been purposely misled to instinctually defend people who have way more money than you.
Because that hard work shit.
Yeah. And the thing that I think about is that think about a nigga like Kendrick Lamar, rap artist or whatever. He's obviously working hella hard, performing all type of shit. Millionaire, right? The difference between the wealth of a nigga like that and a Jeff Bezos,
that nigga
is
just rented
astronomical.
Jeff Bezos a piece of hair on this carpet is like
Jeff Bezos just rented out a country or a city.
He just for his wedding, it's multi-million-dollar wedding.
What the fuck?
It's and the thing is,
rented out a city.
My thing is right. That amount of wealth.
I mean, I can't go to work because this nigga got a wedding?
The problem with having that amount of wealth is not as much as you dumbass niggas like to think. It's not, oh, you just hating because you not having that much money. Is that when you live in a country where we all kind of agree that we all have to work together to make decisions, when you give one nigga too much money, that nigga's decision they're not listening to my voice and Jeff Bezos' voice in a room.
No.
The same.
It's not the same.
No, because if anything, Jeff Bezos can just buy $100 million worth of brochures telling you that I'm the evil people, and then you will just listen because that's all you've seen, because it's $100 million worth of fucking piece of paper.
Yeah,
that's why
how they won the election.
When you have so much wealth in a system like this, there are a lot of people being like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have billionaires, because y'all are buying the fucking country for us. Y'all are making the decisions for us.
Exactly.
And niggas like 50 Cent are sitting there defending, running point. These niggas wouldn't shit on you, and you're a millionaire.
And here's what I'll say about this, right? 50 Cent is, to me, a cultural icon when it comes to rap.
Yeah.
Right?
Of course.
I know for a fact that he's probably busted his ass off to be,
of course,
a rap mogul,
you have to work.
Right?
You work probably harder than Jeff Bezos has worked in the past 20 years.
Yeah.
Exactly. And here's the thing that pisses me off, though. Just because he is a rap mogul and he is a cultural icon in hip hop doesn't mean that everything that comes out of his fucking mouth.
It's a lot of goofies with a check. That's what that meant. There are a lot of dumbass niggas out here with money.
Real.
There are a lot of niggas who are not working as hard as your average nurse who's clocking double shifts right now, and they have way more money than they will ever see.
I forgot who it was. Who the other day was like, 100,000 is not a lot of money or some shit like that. I think Diddy somebody said that shit the other day.
It Lil Rodney and DDG were going back and forth, and I guess
like life changing.
It was some bullshit. So basically, I guess Lil Rodney and his So the girl did some like scamming shit on her shit, and then DDG was like, well, I mean, she's trying to get some money, and then Lil Rodney, it was weird. Lil Rodney and DDG went back and forth, and then DDG was like, well, I mean, you make like a little under $100K a month. So, I mean, you're not really getting money like that. You're not really getting you know what I would do with $100K a month?
Just like that. Just like that one.
$90K a month. Out of $20K a month.
Just like that one Republican woman the other day. I forgot her name. Where she was like, we're all going to die anyway.
Yeah, that one girl.
Switched off.
Gone.
We're you're just on a completely different. When you've reached it, I feel like being wealthy. Oh yeah, Ernst is her name. Jody Ernst, I believe, is something like that. But fuck her. But the thing is that annoys me is that like yes, of course, when you go up in money, when you go up in wealth, like you're going to be removed from certain environments when you didn't have money. Of course, that's just how it is. But like that does not mean that doesn't mean that you like have to forget that you're a human being. That doesn't what? That doesn't mean that you like. That doesn't mean that you have to forget that there are people who don't have that shit, and that you should
crazy.
But
that's what that money will do to you.
Yeah, and I feel like it gives justification for fucking over a lot of people who aren't as fortunate when we listen to niggas like that. And well, I mean, we just seen Happy 4th of July. We just seen probably the most overt instance of rich people fucking everybody over. This is why I said I'm probably the least confident or the most like negative on my opinion on like America and 4th of July heading into this one, because what just passed yesterday in Congress is that rich people just saying fuck you.
Yeah.
Big
and go ahead.
The big
what happened with
trash ass bill. What were you about to say?
I was gonna say, and that literally is 50.
Yep.
That double agent shit, that rich people shit, that is it. It's us against them, my nigga.
You know who else is a double agent? And I'm gonna get more smoke for him as we go through. Fucking Chuck Schumer. You know how Chuck Schumer fought against the big bullshit bill. He changed the name of the bill. It's no longer called the big beautiful bill, guys.
What is it called?
I don't fucking know. I don't care, because what does that do? Chuck fucking Schumer is on a book tour.
This nigga writing letters to people.
This nigga writing strongly worded letters when senators are getting tackled for asking questions. We're writing strongly worded letters.
If I could say what I want to say, I'd be indicted.
Strongly worded letters will definitely save Medicaid.
We'll come back to indicted because there's no bar for that either.
Come on.
All right. So the beautiful
shit ass
bill. The big bullshit bill.
The one big bullshit ass fucking stupid
got passed, right?
Why are we even letting these niggas get off one big beautiful bill for months?
Right.
Where's we
bullshit like niggas
the
need
one
us
big,
in a room when we're trying to like counteract some shit, bro.
The one big ugly bill, nigga.
This is a case of like why the bullying is needed.
This a case.
Put me in a room when them niggas is drafting the big beautiful bill. I promise you it won't go.
I'm cackling.
It will not make.
I promise.
Not one ink will touch that fucking paper, bro.
But what happened with that bullshit ass bill today?
So I believe it was a standstill in the Senate, right? And they needed one more Republican to say no. So it didn't get passed.
Because the Republicans have the majority. And I believe the vote ended up being 51-50.
Yes.
Tie-breaking vote.
And it came down to the Alaskan bullworm. It came down to the Alaskan fucking bullworm. She voted yes for that bitch ass bill. Look at her fucking face.
Like a frog.
1,000-yard stare of doom.
Her name's like Lisa.
I don't care what her name is. Elisa who?
Lisa Murkowski.
Lisa Murkowski.
So she has been.
Christ, man.
She's been. What did she go viral for the other day? She was talking about how like she's terrified. Yeah.
Look at her. Goddamn.
When they were having the town halls all over the country and Republicans were getting pressed for being fascists who want to kill people. She had her town hall and people were letting her have it, and she's like, people are like, are you scared about like Trump intimidating Republicans trying XYZ? And she's like, well, I think we're all terrified. And she went viral because she's like the one Republican who's saying it. And then she walked her sorry ass into that room, voted yes of doom, and then came out with the 1,000-yard stare. Like she just...
That bitch is like Rango, nigga. We gotta put a pic of Rango. Can the cam see Rango? We gotta put a pic up of Rango. That's what she looks like, nigga.
This is her
lizard in the desert.
This is her
fresh off of a sellout.
Somebody get her a cup of water, please.
Fresh off of a sellout, bro.
No, like I ain't gonna lie, like we need more repercussions for people like her.
Yeah,
we really do, because that's like, it's almost even. I would have rather y'all blew the fucking thing out.
I would have rather you just voted and then went home and went to sleep. I don't need to see you in front of the media making a face you're realizing.
Please forgive me.
Yeah.
You are an active participant.
Yeah.
You could have voted. No, you are one of the 100 niggas in this entire country. There are 300 million people in this country, and there are 100 that could have stopped this. You are one of them, and you voted no. You voted yes. I mean, and then you just. Oh no! Fuck off.
What am I gonna do?
Real shit, fuck off. So what else happened with this? Man, this shit is...
All right, so it passed the Senate, right? And I guess it's going back to the House of Representatives?
Yeah, so... Again. Every Democrat in the country should be voting no emphatically on this bill.
And if
they still pass this shit regardless,
they literally told y'all, hey, we got a second chance. It's back in the House. What you gonna do with it?
They bombed Iran earlier and they didn't even tell you niggas.
They
developed this very bill, and they didn't even tell you.
They developed this shit in the back rooms. They didn't tell no Democrats
like in like some wing of the White House or like the Capitol or the building, some like in some wing or something. I'm starting to think they got like Democrats like hung up on some like dominatrix shit, and they just whipping the shit out of them to like that, because I'm not understanding. These niggas bombed a country without telling y'all. These niggas done disrespected y'all it's like a nigga who done spit in your face every single day he see you. If I see any Democrats voting for this shit, primary, what the fuck are we talking about? It shouldn't even be a conversation.
I wish I would have put the clip of Hakeem and Chuck Schumer and Mike Johnson, who's the fascist Speaker of the House, standing on the stage being like, we're with Israel. They playing you niggas like a fiddle.
Playing y'all niggas,
banjo, bald-headed stepchild. Bald-headed stepchild.
And another thing, too, I think it was somebody that drafted up articles of impeachment, and they all like voted to delay it or something.
Al Green, yeah.
Yeah, they voted to delay it. I'm like, why y'all delaying shit?
They voted to delay it. I just seen, and we'll talk about Andy Ogles, his racist ass. But
shit's fucking stupid, bro.
We need to, the reason why we're talking about this, well, I mean, A, it's America. It's 4th of July. Let's talk about where America's going. But also, B, we as niggas need to know this shit.
Because it's going to affect our community.
It's very imperative that we understand what is happening in the government right now. What is in this bill?
So, if it passes the House again, here's what's going to happen, right? The Senate version would cut more than almost $1 trillion in Medicaid, compared to more than $800 billion in cuts in the House of Representatives version of the bill.
Medicaid is a health care program that is funded by the federal government and varies from state to state with its requirements, and people who are very low income are able to qualify to get on it if they don't have a job or anything, so they can not die if something happens to them and they don't have enough money to afford it. And they're cutting almost $1 trillion from a program meant to take care of people who already don't have money.
Would you kindly remind these people how many of them will be uninsured?
Right now, the estimates, they say the cuts in the Senate bill may ultimately affect more than 40 million people, according to the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities. That includes about 16 million children, 8 million seniors, and 4 million non-elderly adults with disabilities, among others.
Cooked.
So,
almost 11 million niggas will be uninsured.
Let's take a step back and bring it to like ground level. A lot of niggas don't vote and a lot of niggas don't care about politics because you see the utter failure around you, and especially if you're in a lower income area, you see how like people aren't being taken care of. The government's kind of not fulfilling a lot of its responsibilities. Cool. You want to see what less than that looks like?
Oh my goodness.
That's
like what the fuck?
No, but that's the reality. That's literally the reality. It's like,
this is not the way.
Whatever you think was bad before with like the whole, you know what I'm saying, medical system, SNAP benefit, whatever you think.
You thought you couldn't get through to your provider now?
It's about to be like. And you know what's going to, oh my God. So I was arguing with this never mind. I was arguing with this young lady. And she was just yapping in this comment section about dumb shit. She's like, I read the bill. It's going to do so good for us. You didn't read 900 fucking pages. Please shut the fuck up.
Nobody read 900 pages. We know why y'all have allowed them to say that no cuts are happening.
Exactly.
What do you mean no cuts are happening?
You go to the White House episode. You go to the White House website and it will say like, oh, America has a win for this bill, and it's like a win.
So
for who?
So why have if we're having a win on this bill, if there is a win, right, and if there's a push for this win, where's the media around it? I have not even right wing, because I be on a little bit of both.
Yeah,
I'm hearing the right wing people say, "Oh, this bill's going into effect. It's going to be so good. This so good." So let's explain it. Where is it? What's going to be good? Somebody explain to me.
That bill makes the tax cuts that they passed in 2017, Tax Cuts and Job Act,
permanent.
That makes them permanent, which means for the foreseeable future, how long until we pass a new tax code, the government has just agreed to continue taking in less money. Taxes are how the government takes in money to pay for things, guys. So when you do a tax cut, that means the government is agreeing that we are not taking in as much money as we did last year. And the main source of us saving that money is going to come from wealthy people and corporations. You get to keep more of your money. Cool, right? What happened? Let's say even they do the tax on tip stuff, which I've heard people say that it's probably going to be temporary because
people give.
This is what they keep doing. They will take $1 trillion and give it. They will take $1 trillion and give it to niggas with $1 billion and then give you 50 cents less on your tips.
Nigga, you're starving.
And you think this is an equivalent exchange?
You are famished. And I give you this, nigga. You're famished.
Mind you, I gave that nigga 4 bottles of that. Look, the Kendrick poster, a new chair.
You're starving.
For the motherfuckers
I'm supposed to clap because these niggas giving us half a fry. Fuck you, nigga. What the fuck is we talking about?
For the motherfuckers at the crib that don't know what the hell they talking about, right? This is what the government takes, right? Big ass water, right? Full. And they give you this, and you got the bitch ass niggas. You got nothing. They give you this shit. At least we got
Run it back. The government has that to give. And they will swear on Jesus every year they have only that while they cut back even more.
We can't fix the housing crisis, bro. As they drink all this shit, bro.
They make y'all niggas believe they don't have it.
Do you know how much money is out here? Y'all, and the thing is, it's counterintuitive because all of y'all will believe that you will be successful and be an entrepreneur and be a millionaire because there's so much opportunity, there's so much money out there, and anything could really work. If there's so much money out there, then why can't none of us see it to get childcare?
Hey JJ,
and it's that.
Hey, let me ask you right quick.
I can tell you what else goes on this building.
Holy shit, bro. So they're saying, right? They don't got all this money. They don't got all this money, bro. They don't got all this money, bro. 170 billion to immigration. They ain't got this money, bro.
170 billion to all what?
170 billion for immigration and border enforcement related funding provisions. They don't got the money.
3 trillion added to the debt.
3 trillion added to the debt. They don't got the money, bro.
It says 170 billion for immigration and border enforcement related funding provisions, meaning more money to ICE. The people who, according to a ruling from the Supreme Court, have been helping the president deport someone illegally without due process. Those agents now get 175 billion more dollars.
Bonuses around.
The bill includes 45 billion for new immigration detention centers, including family detention centers.
No money.
265% increase in ICE detention budget.
No money. No money.
And ICE.
According to the American Immigration Council, the budget is 62% larger than the entire federal prison system's budget. No money.
Oh my! Finish reading that sentence.
Wait, finish.
Finish reading that sentence.
Prison system and could result in daily detentions for at least 116,000 non-citizens. And guess what they do? They cap the judges at 800.
Create as much chaos as possible. We will talk about the Supreme Court decision that just came down, but this is also the strategy. Fuck all the other shit that we were just talking about. Listen.
Let me reread it again so you guys can get it.
Yes.
According to the American Immigration Council, the budget is 62% larger than the entire federal prison system's budget and could result in daily detentions of at least 116,000 non-citizens.
Non-citizens, which means
how are we proving non-citizens? You remember like a week ago, guys, when everybody was in our comment section like tweaking about how
we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to all. We're gonna get to all of that.
Yeah.
This is why.
Remember when we were telling y'all like, hey, you know, like we're next, right? You know they're coming for us next, right?
And also, guys, this is not like a undocumented. Do y'all think that they find like ICE is going to find people who are undocumented, who have a bunch of a long criminal record, and they done killed someone probably, so they're like going and tackling them and taking them away?
Nope.
You don't understand that a non-citizen is somebody who is also here legally but going through legal paperwork to get their citizenship. Yeah. Anyone before they become a naturalized citizen is a non-citizen. That doesn't mean that they're a criminal. That doesn't mean they're here illegally. That means that they have not gotten their citizenship yet. So if you're telling me we're going to detain 116,000 non-citizens per day, do you think that they're going to find 100? Do you think that we're scaling up to have capacity for 116,000 violent criminals?
No.
Per day? Do we even have that?
No.
Do you know if we even have that? Have you looked up any crime stat about the demographic of people that you're convinced this is okay?
They'll tell you it'll work. They don't know, bro. They don't have a goddamn clue.
And immigration judges are capped at 800.
And
meaning people
116,000
flooding the courts.
And that's not the first time we're doing that. So along with a massive transfer of wealth, we're still spending more on military, mind you, which the Pentagon still has yet to pass a fucking audit.
Didn't they say that like the ICE budget was like compared to the military budget?
The ICE budget being compared, it's like maybe like 1/8. They're trying to push $1 trillion, but it's like 1/8, 1/9
billion, right?
Yeah. So they're trying to. I think they got like up to a 15% increase in military.
ICE was running out of money, so if they passed this, that was the whole thing. ICE was saying that they were running out of money with how many like people they were picking up every day, all of the shit with that. Mm-hmm. With the pass of this, they just got to replenish, nigga.
We got motherfuckers.
This is what I got.
We got motherfuckers.
It's a lot of ICE fucking agents running around with no fucking badges on and shit too. It's like, hold on.
Yeah, they said that's been coming up.
It was either Justin Pearson or Justin Jones. I forget which one, but they introduced a bill in Tennessee that like is trying to get ICE agents to remove masks while making arrests because they're actually putting on masks because the legality of what they're doing is in question, so they don't want to be implicated in like any charges.
Like
this is some nut shit,
like
bro.
You're not about to run up to me in no fucking mask and a vest trying to what, nigga?
Yeah, niggas hands.
So I think
fuck out of here.
The thing that we're gonna get into, because we've now teed off everything. The doom of the day being happy 4th of July. We are continuing the American tradition of like, oh, there's this thing that we're supposed. Oh, it's just racism.
Yeah.
Happy Racism Day.
People will get actually mad, and there's a whole like maybe half of the country who's like they will try to get you in a paradigm where you're like, you're not saying America's a racist country, are you? You're really not saying America's a racist country, right? And then I'm looking at things that are like principles that we all should agree on, that principles that we learned in like 4th, 5th grade or whatever. And I'm watching how you niggas are like so racist that we can't even apply these principles.
The golden rule. Nobody follows that anymore.
Let's start with, because we were talking about the courts. and how this shit with ICE increasing its budget, capping the judges that we can have to fight like immigration proceedings and to make sure that these people are getting due process. And then the other day, the Supreme Court made a decision that the reporting on it got better as it went along, and people were clarifying exactly what it means, and we'll get into exactly what it means. But either way, it's cooked because like the logic here is ridiculous. So let's begin with birthright citizenship. This whole thing, like you said, remember when we were telling our comments about how as Black people, there is not a time in this country. I'm sorry, it's the sad reality, bro. It really is a sad reality. We don't get to rest.
Nope.
We have never.
No matter how many times you want to kick your feet up and be, we work so hard, they're not working with us.
And the reason why,
still gotta work.
And the reason why I feel like me and us and a lot of people in the comment section weren't seeing eye to eye is because I personally give a fuck about my fellow human being, especially when they're a member of a marginalized group, and I don't want to see their rights get violated. But even if that's a bridge too far to apply to every scenario for some of you, because of all types of shit, because the problem with the groups and the anti-Blackness that are in so many spaces, if that's a bridge too far for you, from a purely pro-Black perspective, we also offered the argument that the reason why you should be standing up and saying something about it at least is because they can, they will, and they have been coming for us anyway. Now we're seeing them threatening legal temporary protective status for Haitian migrants, which are by and large Black.
Yeah.
I don't know how the fuck Donald Trump or Stephen Miller, mind you, is going to look at me and know I'm not Haitian.
I was going to say, how they going to know if we're not Haitian? We could all be Haitian right now.
But I seen a lot of apathy because it seems like there's a lot of niggas who still are not adjusted to the moment that we're in right now.
Nope.
And there are a lot of people who are like, let's be real, if you here legally, then XYZ, blah, blah. So the other day, if everyone forgot about it, Trump signed an executive order that basically was antithetical to the 14th Amendment, basically just changing it. It was, if you're born on U.S. soil and you're subject to the jurisdiction of the United States, being born on U.S. soil, then you are a citizen. It doesn't matter if your parents were a citizen at the time that you were born. It doesn't matter XYZ, because I don't know how you would even like go about determining some shit like that. And the whole mentality behind passing the 14th Amendment was because they probably would have did some shit like that after the Civil War, but they needed a way to retroactively make every person who was a slave or was born here or just brought here just a citizen. And us being this is not abnormal. A lot of countries on the Western Hemisphere have birthright citizenship. So then Trump signed an executive order and was like, nah, if your parents was undocumented or XYZ, then you're not an American citizen.
Mind you.
You can't fucking do that.
Trump's
wife.
Trump done slid his meat. slid his meat in a woman that is literally not from here. Meaning his children.
I don't think Trump's parents are from here.
His children would be sent to
where's Trump's parents from?
I'm pretty sure they immigrated, but let me fact check.
Yeah, we can fact check it. What are we waiting on? This is the thing, right? I remember hearing the whole like point about the whole like Black people resting, and I understand it, right, from a mental standpoint of being like, okay, there's a lot of mental shit that as humans, right, we go through. You need your rest, you need time to recuperate, etc. But like this whole not giving a fuck about the shit because it's not our fight, it's not our y'all are going to turn around and be at Alligator Alcatraz or whatever the fuck is. That's what you gonna blink your fucking eyes, wake up and finally be well rested. And be in a fucking cage. Bullshit.
The thing is, I
see the lacrosse fucking logo by your leg and shit.
Like bullshit.
And the thing is, and I love like art people, and I want people to get rest when they can. Lord knows I'm fucking exhausted.
Yeah, like, we're exhausted.
But like the issue is we're not afforded that comfortability because. And let's dive into the details of the case. So I believe that his dad was born here, and I don't know about his mom. His mom has a lot of, like, not that much information out there for some reason. But I think they might still be. Regardless, you then, like, the First Lady of the United States.
Yeah. Barron shouldn't be here. None of niggas should be here, nigga.
So the Supreme Court
Vice President.
Basically, they issued a decision that is kind of preventing lower courts from like having a check on the presidency again, as they continue to do. So basically, what ended up happening was the Trump administration asserted in that executive order that children of non-citizens are not subject to the jurisdiction of the United States, a phrase used in the 14th Amendment, and therefore not entitled to citizenship. Well, first, according to that executive order, what do you mean that children of non-citizens are not subject to the jurisdiction of the United States? They could be arrested by the United States, though.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
They are subject to the jurisdiction. Anyone on U.S. soil via the 14th Amendment is subject to the jurisdiction thereof. That's what? That's word for word. So he wrote this, and everyone's like, okay, this is blatantly unconstitutional. Cool. So we're like waiting for the judges to pan out. So states, immigrants' rights groups have sued to block that executive order and accused the administration of trying to unsettle the broader understanding of birthright citizenship that has been accepted since the amendment's adoption. This is an article from, I believe, ABC 7 and The Guardian. I went and researched some stuff about the decision because I'm like trying to inform myself on what went wrong here. Mm-hmm. And the judges, after they got sued, have uniformly ruled against it because it's literally the opposite of what's written in the 14th Amendment.
Yeah.
Of course. And what the Trump administration pretty much wanted is that they wanted the judges to allow Trump's executive order to go into plan for everyone else besides the group that sued.
What?
So they took this to court. And the fucking Supreme Court ruled on Friday that they basically ruled in his favor. Basically, that federal courts cannot like do a nationwide injunction to stop the president from doing something to everybody because, you know, the courts don't have that jurisdiction for some fucking reason. Now, while I'm looking into it, and I'm like, okay, how does our legal system work? So courts are able to grant relief, right? And that relief can be money or it can be like an injunction, which is basically like, all right, it can be more things, but one of those things, it can be money or it can be like an injunction where it's like the court tells someone to stop doing something or to start doing something. And there was historical precedent for courts being able to do a nationwide injunction because if someone is trying to do a thing and the only remedy to it is to, hey, you can't do this to everybody, then that would be the thing.
That's the only
that's the only thing that keeps the executive on like following the law. Because
checks and balances.
Who else is gonna make sure?
Yeah, what the fuck are we talking about?
So it says Friday's decision, they didn't decide whether or not the actual thing he said about the 14th Amendment is constitutional or not. Friday's decision.
How did they?
They just ignored that. They just ignored that.
Wow.
Friday's decision centered on President Trump's executive order stating that children of people who enter the U.S. illegally or on a temporary visa are not entitled to automatic citizenship. But instead on ruling whether the president's actions on birthright citizenship violated the 14th Amendment or the Nationality Act, the Supreme Court's ruling focused on whether the federal courts have the power to issue nationwide blocks. They know that like that what he said in his executive order is unconstitutional. And instead of focusing on, hey, even if the court doesn't have the jurisdiction to completely block every single thing right now, this is a blatantly unconstitutional measure, one that would affect everybody in the country. So yeah, let's hold this back until we determine its legality. The Supreme Court ruled 6-3 that it can actually work the other way, that despite something knowingly being unconstitutional, the president can enforce that on everyone except for the parties to the lawsuit that like specifically impacts. So if he decides that he wants to change how we do birthright citizenship, if you're in a Republican state that's not going to file a class action lawsuit on behalf of like migrants living there, or you just don't happen to be covered by any sort of lawsuit, they could theoretically, after I believe 30 days, start like revoking citizenship from people and deporting them, because now you need to be party to a class action lawsuit, which is much harder to get together and much harder to stop from falling apart in order to block the administration from doing something to you that they already know is unconstitutional. This would be like if Trump wanted to do slavery tomorrow, and then we're like, hey, you can't do slavery, it's in the 13th Amendment. And then the court is like, yeah, well, we're not going to touch that. But you can't stop him nationwide from doing slavery everywhere because we got to keep it to only the people.
You got to make a lawsuit, and then you got to go through the provisions to stop him.
Which means that they could run up in Texas and do slavery, and then it would happen until the class action lawsuit in Texas gets solved after years of deliberation.
Fuck out of here, bro.
We've now flipped.
We're here.
This court has flipped everything on its head and has now determined that despite an order maybe, very likely, definitely being unconstitutional, it can be enforced because the courts can't stop him from enforcing it unless you specifically sued to make sure. Like,
and only God knows how long that fucking lawsuit's gonna take.
Bro.
And we're capping the judges at 800.
That's anybody.
Are you guys going to get up? Hold on. Are you guys gonna get up now? Are you done resting, please? Please?
Is it time
because now?
I'm waiting on it.
Because now, we have just now set a precedent where the president can do a thing, and these things can be enforced and carried out nationally up until the Supreme Court eventually, mind you, they just went out of session until October, until the Supreme Court eventually.
All niggas got to do is do some shit in July, and we're fucked. We don't open until October, guys. Done.
AJ, go pick that cotton. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? We're here.
Yeah.
We're here.
Yeah, we're here.
You got to think about everybody on this couch right
bro.
now is what is the term for like is it an anchor baby? Where you're like,
no. That's the concept that like people come in illegally and then have a kid here and become
citizens. No. What's the term for when you're actually just like, basically what I'm saying is your mom's Jamaican, my mom's Jamaican, your mom's Jamaican. Fuck are we talking about?
Yeah.
Everybody on this couch right now.
So
mind you though, that's not just black people. That's also white people. There's white people that are like.
So let's see now. So let's say your parent is an immigrant, which ours are. And we've just decided that you being born here is not enough to determine whether or not you're a citizen. It's dependent on your parents' citizenship status at the time of your birth. So now, what you're saying, in order to effectively enforce this policy, we need to now retroactively research pretty much everyone in this goddamn country and figure out what your parents' status was at the time of birth. And if it was not in the legal definition based on what this administration deems, we need to denaturalize.
And nobody's asking how you gonna pay for that. How you gonna pay for the research for that one? Nobody's asking that.
Nobody's asking that question. Nope. Guys, we have all
niggas ask the question when a nigga will be like, yeah, I want groceries to not be fucking expensive as
free
shit.
Buses.
Or I want free buses. Niggas ask the question. Even niggas on the left ask the question, well, how are we going to pay for that? Nobody's asking how we're going to pay to denaturalize like damn near half the fucking country. Fuck are we talking about?
Yes, because my issue is, I was going to say another thing. My issue is, this is also kind of like, say we were playing like a game of Monopoly. Like, I don't know how to convey it to you otherwise. Imagine we're playing a game of Monopoly and like the rule is you got to roll the dice before you fucking do the thing. And I just all of a sudden said, you know what? I'm going to melt them bitches down, turn it into a sword and start stabbing niggas.
It's your turn, Matt.
And then someone's like, oh yeah, you can't stab people. And then the Supreme Court comes
and said, what?
Like, well, actually, you can't stab Matt.
But
you could stab Abee.
Wait, you can't turn the dice into a sword and stop stabbing. That's illegal. You can't just do that.
But
actually, Matt is actually a party to what's going on, so you can't stab. But I'm not going to talk about
Matt knows that you're going to stab him. That's cool. Matt
as long as Matt sues you.
Take it up with HR while Matt's getting fucking stabbed.
We're not going to stab. We actually can't stop you from stabbing everybody. But if Matt sues you after you stab him and then you win, you can't stab the nigga. Okay, then I'm going to stab Abee then. Wait, please.
We got, all right.
This is
what I'm getting at is, so we need a new place to shoot the jam. I'm thinking Canada. I'm thinking another fucking country.
We're about to be in a country that we're not from because the Supreme Court on the shadow docket. They do this shadow docket where basically they just do a bunch of like, all right, this is our decision on it. Not really much rationale behind it. And then they go out for the season, for their summer. And they also realized
they just doomed all of America.
They also ruled that it's also perfectly fine to just send people to countries that they're not from. So I hope you enjoy Myanmar.
Hey, shout out to
given all of that.
Before you go, I see the video. It was I guess it was some ICE raids in like a Haitian area or Haitian populated area, and they was beating the shit out of them ICE niggas. So shout out to the Haitians.
As written. Another thing for the point of like us standing up. Yeah. Also, like black migrants are much more likely to be deported and detained and mistreated.
Just like a
whole lot of discrimination going on.
Yeah,
systemic racism.
Like, did we
discrimination?
Oh, y'all make
it's like
me mad.
I feel like
it's like we forgot where the fuck.
I feel like
it's
a dissociation.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That's exactly what it is. There's so much
trauma,
and the thing that we're all supposed to remember it is that they don't fucking like us. You want to know what ended up happening,
bro? We have the apps. We have the boost in like entrepreneurship within our communities. All of these things, and it gives you that false sense of like where we are in the grand scheme of how we're viewed by the world, how we're viewed by white people. How
the Supreme Court of this country just decided that courts are now hamstrung when it comes to preventing an illegal thing from happening nationwide. Nobody is safe. If you're not listening to anyone else, the liberal Supreme Court justices on the court echoed the same sentiment, and these are niggas who live, breathe, and sleep the law every single day. I think that we should be concerned. I'm even looking at like the rhetoric that's being used, because what ended up happening, and we'll get into what this has to do with shit. We're sitting here bullshitting. We're going to get back into the conversation of double agents because I've been seeing it and it's going to make me crash the fuck out. This administration has gotten that ruling. They've also been deporting people willy-nilly, all type of shit. And they've been really brazen with their rhetoric that they've been just saying. Zohran won that election.
Shout out my nigga.
Zohran didn't just win that election. He won that shit with a mandate. He blew this nigga out. They officially finished counting yesterday, and they dropped the results July 1st. Remember, he was supposed to be like 32 to 35 or some shit percent in the first round, and then after 8 rounds or 7 rounds of ranked choice voting and disqualifying the candidate,
like the NFL, the NBA finals or something.
Mamdani was supposed to pass him on the last ballot and all types of shit. This nigga got 46% in the first round, and Cuomo conceded, and then they counted everything. He won with 56% of the vote.
Oh, that's my goodness.
The Cuomo's 44. Blew this nigga out by 12.
That's crazy. That's why
blew this nigga out by 12.
Shit.
The ballots, 1,026,783 total votes were cast in the Democratic primary, and that's the most in a mayoral primary since 1989.
Weren't we like one of the highest demographics of voters as well?
Can we pull up the first element? They're all listed 1 to 10. So yeah, the first one. This is new registration numbers. So this is compared to the 2021 mayoral primary where Eric Adams won. You see that yellow line?
Yeah, I see the yellow line.
And this was 2020.
That's
the amount of people who registered to
vote. We're gonna coin this term as the fuck no bar.
Yep.
That's the fuck no bar right there.
That right there. If you see that happen in your local election, fuck no, you're done for it.
Yeah, you're done. Jesus.
So he won that. And then if we go to the next element, we see the age distribution of voters.
Yeah, this is what I saw. Yeah.
So in 2021, the one below, this is where Eric Adams won. We see 18 to 25 to 30 to 35. We see all the age demographics and how low the turnout was. And
the highest one was 60.
Highest is 60, that's the Democrats' playbook, which is why they're so fucking inept for this moment, is that they just keep banking on them 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds coming out and voting.
Mario's going to be gone in a couple years, bro.
On average more than any other demographic.
Yeah.
This was this.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That was Zohran.
Yeah. Zohran. Go back to
the chart. That was Zohran. So
that's just going past the damn letters.
18, 24, what is that, 25,
18
29?
to 25 to 30, 35, all of them turbocharged their turnout for this election because they were excited to come out and vote for somebody.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's our block. politically. And we're slowly becoming more and more of like, you can't ignore this shit anymore.
Nope, you can't ignore it.
Forever, the Democrats have been trying to figure out how we get young men back. Have been trying to figure out what went wrong in 2024, have been trying to figure out how we get this messaging strategy to invigorate people, to get people excited to come out and vote for us. They've been throwing money at it. They put niggas on panels. I've been on a panel where we're talking about minding the men gap and how do we win men back. All this bread going into organizing these efforts. And then Zohran Mamdani increased voter registrations for the Democrats. He increased younger voters. He increased immigrant voters. He overperformed his expectations in white, wealthy areas with white men in Staten Island.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Seems like he's an overall 99.
And and he also got, I didn't put the screenshot of it, he also got more votes in the first round of the primary election than Eric Adams got in the general election for mayor of New York in 2021.
Damn.
I think if you go to Eric Adams had like 280K.
Mamdani didn't even vote.
400 in the first round, 545,000 overall. Eric Adams got 700K votes in the general election in 2021, and Mamdani got 500K in the primary election.
I gotta say, if
I'm sorry, yeah, go ahead.
If Eric Adams and Andrew Cuomo think that their diabolical team up in the last minute is gonna do some shit,
team of bullshit,
done. You're done.
Nigga. Talking about.
You're done.
But my point being, we've spent all this money trying to figure out where the fuck the Democrats go from here. And this nigga delivered on every single key marker that we're looking for. And you know what this nigga's gotten. In the same way that, birthright citizenship, is it a debate? No, it's just racism. Let's get the voters. No, it's just racism. This nigga got rewarded with these people allying with the Nazis, with the fascists, with the racists.
That shit, bro.
Let's talk about it.
That pisses me off so much.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's begin first with Andy Ogles. This bitch-ass nigga, this racist-ass bitch-ass nigga, tweeted the other day a bunch of things about Zohran, starting with calling him Little Muhammad, saying, listen, Zohran Little Muhammad Mamdani dropped this rap just a year before becoming a U.S. citizen. He says in it he loves 5 men who were convicted of funneling $12 million to Hamas terrorists through the Holy Land Foundation. He also raps "Build the Wall, We'll Make It Fall." The public embrace of convicted Hamas conspirators before naturalization raises questions. Did Mamdani disclose these views during his naturalization interview? Did he lie on his N-400 citizenship application? If someone lies during the naturalization process, especially about support for terrorists, they should be denaturalized and deported. Let's go to the next thing that he also tweeted. Zohran Little Muhammad again, Mamdani, is an anti-Semitic socialist communist who will destroy 2 different things, mind you.
2 different, completely
will destroy the
shit.
great city of New York. He needs to be deported, which is why I'm calling for him to be subject to denaturalization proceedings. So we have Andy Ogles is a representative from Tennessee. I believe he represents the greater Nashville area. First of all, yo bitch ass.
Kindly go fuck
First
yourself.
of all, yo bitch ass has a XAI fucking farm.
No, unkindly. Go fuck
Did y'all hear about XAI?
Yeah.
What is XAI?
Elon Musk.
It's the big ass thing.
That's like
supercomputer
the AI
farm.
generators.
Yeah,
that
bullshit.
Yeah, with all,
they touched
all the water.
They touched it down in Nashville, Tennessee, I'm pretty sure, and it's been fucking with the air quality and damn near killing black residents. They said they imported like 35 fucking generators or some shit, and then they were like only 15 of them are on, and then they got satellite image with heat map showing that like 30 of them bitches were on illegally, no permit, mind you.
Bullshit.
What the
Just
fuck?
cause. That's happening in your state, Andy Ogles. Bitch ass niggas. First, second of all, casual Islamophobia. Casual racism.
Just casual.
Chill.
Just casual.
Little Muhammad.
I don't expect anything more from these like 2-bit fucking. Can we go to the next one? Because I'm sitting here watching him. I'm not even gonna read the shit that he said. I just want you to look at the fact that this nigga Benny Johnson looks exactly like this nigga Andy Ogles. I'm watching a splitting copy of this nigga. It's like what Andy Ogles wishes he saw when he woke up in the morning when he looked in the mirror. This is like you 5 years ago before like the soul left. Like, I don't know. Like,
this is crazy.
This tweet was basically him saying that, like, he said he was joining a communist group before he became a citizen. Mind you, believing a political ideology is grounds for deportation. Also, we're being suppressed. We can't have our opinion.
Little Muhammad, you're a representative.
Saying Little Muhammad.
So I'm mad in the sense that, like, I think nothing of these two people on this screen. But I also seen something else. I seen Trump, the president of the United States, also come out and call for Zohran Mamdani's deportation and say that people are saying he's here illegally. He had a conference where he said it the other day. If we can play that clip next. Oh, Ron DeSantis is there too.
And a lot of people are saying he's here illegally. He's, we're going to look at everything, and ideally, he's going to turn out to be much less than a communist. But right now, he's a communist. That's not a socialist.
They don't even know what communism.
They don't know what
they don't know what that is, bro. But they're just saying buzzwords to tick off they.
Because people hear communists and they immediately think Russia, and then they get scared and they think spies and they think they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
And that's the reason why I hate, like, this is so disrespectful and contemptuous, because their whole game is just acting like the American public is completely.
This is not 1942 where niggas don't got cell phones to look up shit.
But let's go back. So Zohran wins definitively. Brings in a broad coalition of people that the Democrats can't get right now. Mm-hmm. The Republicans lose their shit, do the racism, the shit that we expect them to do. So I'm like, oh, these niggas calling him Lil Muhammad. These niggas saying that the rightful winner of the Democratic primary for the mayorship of New York, they're saying that we need to deport him on nothing, on no evidence. Mind you, he's been a citizen since like 2007 or some shit. He's been in the country since he was a little kid. Cool. I'm looking at how the Democrats are going to respond to it.
And you'd think they'd
think that they'd defend. No, you think that they'd ferociously defend this new up-and-comer who just unlocked so much hope for regardless of what the fuck you think about the nigga.
Yeah, that's what I would.
You're in the business of winning elections.
And he can win elections.
The Democratic Party,
play into the whole, they're being racist. We don't play into the whole, that other side's being racist. Then you at least retain the people. What are they doing, JJ?
They're helping the Nazis lie.
Okay. So we've officially gone off the deep end now.
To the other side.
Let's begin.
Let's
begin. So
you can't blow out Andrew Cuomo by 12 points and not think that the shit.
They still haven't endorsed him.
They haven't endorsed him, bro.
Chuck Schumer.
Oh my.
We don't have it. We don't
fucking book.
We don't have an endorsement. Hakeem Jeffries. We don't have an endorsement. I don't know. I haven't talked to him for real yet.
These niggas are bullshitting.
It's bread, bro.
These niggas are bullshitting.
Let's begin. So Zohran went on an interview like the other day, and this question that he got asked has made like all of the Democratic establishment, the Cuomo types, the people who are so convinced that like this is so bad of a strategy going with someone who actually represents the people. He got asked this question, and I want you to just listen to the answer, because what follows after it is the most nut shit.
Like, does that just make you uncomfortable? Like the phrase "globalized intifada" from the river to the sea. Does that make you uncomfortable, or do you think?
Okay, those are different. Those are super. Different.
They're not really
like different genres.
I'm sorry. I'm asking Zohran. Then they're not really different to me, and to some people, they're not different.
You know, I know people for whom those things mean very different things. And to me, ultimately, what I hear in so many is a desperate desire for equality and equal rights in standing up for Palestinian human rights. And I think what's difficult also is that the very word has been used by the Holocaust Museum when translating the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising into Arabic, because it's a word that means struggle.
Sure.
And as a Muslim man who grew up post 9/11, I'm all too familiar in the way in which Arabic words can be twisted, can be distorted, can be used to justify any kind of meaning.
Yep.
And I think that's where it leaves me with a sense that what we need to do is focus on keeping Jewish New Yorkers safe. And the question of the permissibility of language is something that I haven't.
He finishes off by saying that I haven't dived into. Basically what happened is, so he's obviously like pro-Palestinian rights. So they keep doing this thing where they ask him about the statement, globalize the Intifada, right? And that statement is a statement that has a lot of historical like weight to it, right? So that's why I fuck with his answer here, because basically to some Jewish people, globalize the Intifada sounds like you're calling for violence against Jewish people. To some Palestinian people and to some Muslim people, they feel like globalize the Intifada is continuing the resistance against just colonialism in general, because of all the shit that like Israel's done in Gaza and everything. So the correct answer, if you ask me as a politician, is what he said there, where they're trying to say like, well, some people, they're trying to throw this thing on him where like some people think it's calling for violence. And he's like, well, I know a lot of people who don't think it's that way. And that actually is the case. There are a lot of people who ferociously argue about that. So he's like, as mayor, I don't want to police anyone's language because they want him to condemn pro-Palestinian activists who are chanting that. And at the end of the day, whether or not he,
you're trying to back him into this corner, and back him into this corner of choosing a side, or just blatantly like trying to disrespect the other side.
Which is why he answered, I'm not gonna condemn people that are fighting on my side for people who look like me as well, for whatever they interpret that phrase to mean. And I'm also not going to use the phrase in a way that is harmful or threatening to Jewish people.
And that's
I'm not going to tone police. I'm going to focus on increasing anti-hate crime prevention for like anti-Semitism. I think he said about like 800% or something, increasing funding for that.
That's what you do.
That's
because that's actual.
That's why.
That's why talking, getting a clip, and then posting it.
That's why Brad Lander, who's the top-ranked Jewish official in New York City, happily endorsed him, cross-endorsed him. That's why Bernie Sanders, who is also Jewish, happily endorsed Zohran, because at the end of the day, if he was actually saying something, insinuating something, or hinting something in his actions and his policy proposals or in his attitudes that would say that he would throw Jewish people under the bus, he doesn't like Jewish people, then we'd all be able to see that from a mile away, because the left are the ones who really are not anti-Semitic. We are the main one.
We're getting trapped in. It's like them niggas are getting trapped in their own like loop, and it's like, wait, guys.
They're trying to outflank the left by being more woke and standing up for minorities. And what you're doing is you're insinuating that a brown person who's a Muslim can't do shit without being anti-Semitic, which means you've gone full circle up your own ass and you actually are racist.
Yeah, like
that's what you've done. You've removed agency from a whole demographic of people by assuming that like criticizing their government means criticizing them. So you've removed that agency, which is racist, because Jewish people have different perspectives too. And you've also constantly been berating a brown person about whether or not something he clearly doesn't want to do.
Exactly.
And it's not his position, is his position. So he said that, right? I'm going to get, because we have a bunch of policies to do. He did not one time in there say, I support globalize the Intifada. I mean this phrase with any sort of harm. He didn't say any of the story. He didn't even say that. So let's see what Eric Swalwell, who's a Democratic representative, went on national TV and said.
Stylistically, and I'm not a socialist, and I don't associate myself with what he has said about the Jewish people.
What did he say about
the Jewish people?
Let's go to the next clip. What did he say about the Jewish people? Who's next? Oh, Kirsten Gillibrand, who she ran for president in 2020, I'm pretty sure, dropped out very early, but she came out. She's also a New York Democrat, big New York Democrat. We're waiting on all these endorsements. She came out and said this on News Nation, by the way.
News Nation, mind you. Double fucking agents.
News
Double
Nation.
fucking agents.
We're on News Nation.
We're getting a little bit closer to the end.
Yeah, let's see. And she eventually apologized for this and the appearance that she made on a radio show where she like double, triple, quadrupled down on her allegations. But let's see what she says in this.
New York City is the home to the largest Jewish population outside of Israel. How can someone who traffics in that kind of speech represent that constituency effectively? His comments are really disturbing. His comments about Intifada calls for violence against Jewish people. It's really inappropriate for someone like that to lead the city of New York.
Primary.
So let me.
Who the fuck? No.
We'll get to him. That was Eric Adams. We'll get to him.
No.
Oh, Kirsten Gillibrand.
Yes.
Yeah. Kirsten Gillibrand is she a senator? She's a senator from New York. Primary.
Fuck out of here, bro. What are we talking about?
Actually.
Resign.
So
resign.
Did you see the Chiron? Did you see the thing? The thing that it said in the letters on the screen. It said Donald Trump.
Yeah, Donald Trump.
100% communist lunatic. He's calling Mamdani.
Yeah.
And you're on News Nation, and as a Democrat, the only thing you can add to the conversation is, yeah, his comments are anti-Semitic. No. Y'all are double fucking agents.
Can we get her on the phone?
She apparently got on the phone with Zohran after doing a press tour, insinuating that he's a rampant anti-Semite, glorifying violence against Jewish people. And then apparently she got on the phone and apologized to him personally. Let's also take a look at...
No, your apology got to be as big as that lie, bro.
No. Fuck that apology. We run in the third.
Yeah, no. Fuck that apology.
He just went on...
You got to go back on national TV and say you're sorry, nigga.
Now, let's see Eric Adams, another Democrat, New York, was a Democrat until his corruption and his help that Trump admitted that he offered him in that same press conference where he calls for Mamdani's arrest. The help that he got dropped his case for him so he can be beholden to Donald Trump. So he ends up going on CNN. Eric Adams goes on CNN, and they ask him a question. And I'm like, okay, I'm just waiting for these Democrats to substantiate anything that Zohran has said that has been anti-Semitic. Let's watch what happens.
What specifically has Mamdani said that you think is anti-Semitic?
Pro-Hamas. Hamas is a dangerous terrorist organization that should be destroyed. When you embrace the philosophies of Hamas, not only what they do to their own people, but what they did in Gaza to lift them up and praise them, I think that's a clear indicator that something is wrong with that.
Them up and praise
when did he praise Hamas? I don't recall him ever praising Hamas.
Huh?
There's several videos, even during his days of being a rap artist.
Nigga, where?
Praising Hamas and other terrorist groups. And so
other terrorist groups.
Research, you'll be able to find it.
See,
these niggas have completely done the 180 and are now the grifters on a nigga that is pulling votes and engagement from the city. He's doing the right thing and these niggas are switching. Why? Because they have Israel's dick up their ass. That's why we're doing all of this for bread.
There's a couple questions that I gotta ask. Okay, number one, y'all been following like the whole fucking journey of Mamdani.
Yeah.
What was he at when he first started this shit?
0% in the polls.
Oh no, you talking about the follower
count?
This nigga was at 200K.
I seen Zohran's Instagram account when he had less followers than me. He had 167K when I started paying attention. 3 mil.
3 mil.
Jesus fuck.
Something caught on with the American people.
Something's resonating somewhere.
Another question. Right? Is this nigga running for mayor of New York or mayor of the world?
Mayor of Israel. Like,
what are we talking about right now?
Let me yank this conversation into reality for a second. Israel is a country with a government. Just like the UK is a country with a government, just like Spain is a country with a government, just like China is a country with a government. If I disagree with the brutal, over-the-top, and genocidal actions of a government, that does not mean that I hate the people. This has never been applied to anything else besides when people try to have this conversation about anti-Semitism, as if every Jewish person in this country is for what is going on. Can't think differently.
It's not even applied to one of the most racist countries in the fucking world, America.
Because if it was applied to the United States of America,
where would we be if that same thing was applied to the United States of America?
You can't criticize shit the United States of America does because the American government
ain't a white privilege and what are you talking about? Black people get the same amount of shit that other people. We get pushed back in every single regard, yet you're telling me
the conversation that these people want to have strips everybody involved in it from their humanity. Yes, there are human beings who don't think that globalized intifada is a bad thing. There are human beings who do. So your only course of action as an elected official is to say, yeah, I'm not going to tone or like language police that, but I'm going to make sure that like we put our foot forward to protect Jewish people, let you know that that's not what I mean. That's the most open, honest, and earnest
in
answer.
Different languages and different cultures, it means
it literally translations. There's so much history there that it's actually the dumbest fucking take in the world for any one person to lay claim to the only sole correct interpretation of that phrase. It's literally in the middle of one of the most contested things that have ever happened in human history.
You know what? It's not the same, but you know what? It's kind of like. It's almost like if we policed a word that a lot of black people say. What's that one word?
Nigga.
It's almost like policing that. Like we were talking about policing in the last episode. It's almost like policing that instead of actually just like the overbearing.
It would be like if a white person, I would understand the Democratic perspective if a white person was trying to say the N-word and then pass it off as though they actually weren't racist. But the only difference is nothing means anything from the N-word besides the one thing that it means, except for when black people use it differently. There is not another interpretation you can take from a white person saying the N-word because of the specific history of this country in particular. It differs across the world.
They would
Alan
not
just texted me. Shout out my nigga Alan.
Shout out Alan. They would not like me on these fucking news stations because as soon as you pull out some bullshit like that, I'm okay. Hold on, let's pause the interview. Do you have any evidence of that right now?
No.
We need fact checkers everywhere.
Yes, please. You can't just be up here
what has
doing
been
bullshit.
taking place is in this country right now, in the middle of fascists running, taking the shit over, in the middle of the court shooting itself in the leg when it comes to the ability to stop this shit and protect people, middle of people getting rounded up, people getting deported, sitting Congress people calling people Little Muhammad. That same Andy Ogles is the same one. You know what he said about Al Green when he did impeachment?
Yeah, what he said?
He said, everyone, both parties need to take a drug test, see who can pass it. I don't think my colleagues on the left was. He needs to shut up and sit down. He's always ranting off at the mouth. That just the most open, ardent, segregationist ass talking points in current day.
Just start running up. Never mind.
And then the president, and then the president of the United States calls for deportation of someone who has been duly elected by the people of the biggest city in the country. And your only response is to be like, yeah, he is a little anti-Semitic. Aid in the resistance. Aid in the resistance against the people who. Do you understand what you're doing to yourself? No. Do you understand what you're doing to yourself? Because young people have finally chosen a person.
You're shooting yourself in the foot.
And you are not defending this nigga against the fascists. You are not defending anybody against the fascists for that matter.
They think it's a game though. They think maybe you think a nigga can go from 160 in 3 weeks, a nigga can go from 160K to 3 million. If you think it's a game, sure. But when those primaries come around,
you're done.
You're fucked.
You're fucking done.
I promise. Especially because you're gonna get. You know where you're gonna get media circuited? Right fucking here. You're gonna get media circuited.
And you wanna know what's
everywhere.
It's been this way. It's been this way since Trump and them first started wilding. They remember they said, "Oh, the Congress people, Democratic Congress people, they hate us. The base hates us." Yeah. You keep furthering that. And then what do you think is going to happen in another 10 years when younger people are even more a majority? What, we'll be 31.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone before us too. Who do you think we're going to choose? The people who are actively lying and smearing this nigga? And just allowing carte blanche to Islamophobia and racism? You can't simultaneously say that you're standing against anti-Semitism and you're also not standing against Islamophobia. So many of these people came out and recanted, or Chuck Schumer ended up defending him against some of the racist attacks. So did Kathy Hochul and everything. And I'm like, y'all first line of attack was like, oh no, this nigga's a communist, he's a Muslim, he's brown. And then when you realize that we don't fuck with that, obviously, or else we wouldn't have elected Zohran in the first place.
Right.
You're like, oh, my bad.
They don't have any type of messaging to pull in the younger audience. And here you are, bastardizing the one person that the young audience resonates with.
The 14th
that shit don't make no fucking sense.
The 14th Amendment.
Don't make no fucking
the 14th
sense, bro.
Amendment is currently under attack. They're threatening to come get anybody who they deem as anti-American. They were saying that he was eating with his hands. He's from the third world. He should be deported.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk said that.
4th of July. We're about to have a national eating hot dog contest in a few minutes. I'm about to watch a bunch of niggas
stuffing glizzy
down their throat. And that's civilized. Lo and behold, the nigga eat rice with his hands.
God forbid a nigga eat rice with his hands.
Charlie Kirk is out here talking about he's uncivilized. Charlie Kirk with the smile he has on him is talking about
Mr.
somebody.
Gums himself. That smile is uncivilized, my nigga.
Nigga dropped out of community college. Get the fuck on, bro. You bullshitting. You bullshitting.
So we're now sitting at this era where we've just kind of accepted every far overreaching outside of the norm thing from the right, from fascists, from racists. And one nigga has an opinion that's like, yeah, you know, I think I want to start up for all human rights.
Right?
And y'all are losing
your mind.
You're not here. You're switched.
Switched off.
Your focus has not been on what is most beneficial for the people. Not to say that there are no Democratic politicians that do anything good. There are. But I will say that the ones who do shit good, talk about police in the same way, y'all are allowing these people to fuck it up for you.
I ain't gonna lie.
I can't have as much sympathy I can't have as much sympathy in my heart for y'all, for the people in the Democratic Party who are really doing good. If y'all are sitting next to niggas who I was taught through my life experience, through learning shit and getting into politics, that racism, Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, anti-gay stuff, all that shit is bad. And the Democratic Party is representing mostly that block in the country, right? That assumes that's bad, right? So why is it that Zohran's the only nigga who's consistent?
Nuts.
Who's like, that's bad. And that's bad. That's bad.
There are a lot of good Democratic leaders. But I like you said, bro, I'm not seeing enough.
Unacceptable.
Bro. It's unacceptable.
You want to know what's becoming my bar for what a good Democratic leader is?
Mm-hmm.
Are you voting and allying and clicking up with the fascists, which a majority of them are?
It's that.
And are you endorsing Zohran?
Bro, it's the kumbaya shit.
Literally.
They sit next to these people and they say, and a lot of people, well, we're in the same party, so why fight against da-da-da-da-da-da-da?
No,
nigga, this is why. This is why, it's because, nigga, you're backwards. All of this shit is backwards.
And now that we're not seeing a lot of these people come out and support Zohran, I don't want to see these same niggas come out and be like, why aren't people supporting the Democratic Party anymore?
They're about to do the
nigga. We are giving you the direction the Democratic Party is supposed to take.
They're about to pull a candidate and give us the meanest social media apparatus we've ever seen in our life, and that candidate is going to get 5% of the polls.
Yeah.
Because it's not. They're about to take the only message from it.
Nigga,
they're gonna throw a snapback on that nigga.
Nigga, they're going to run Kamala again with the same fucking shit. That's what they're going.
They're going. The issue is
crazy,
right.
Man.
They're about to take. The only message they're about to take from it is the fact that like social media happens. They don't take this shit seriously.
They don't.
You can keep not taking this shit seriously.
They don't take us seriously.
Yeah, you can keep not taking us seriously, but we're just going to sit back and watch as. We know where we're going. We know where people in your base want the party to go. 500,000 of them came out and voted for the Democrat, who's Zohran. So it's not like you got much choice in New York or in the Democratic Party at all. Keep fighting, bro. Keep doing it. We are actually the ones who are consistent on the principles that a lot of you pretend to care about because we're not beholden to shit making us not care about it. It's that money, bro.
That green, bro.
That's unfortunate. I seen all of them. I seen Hakeem. I seen Chuck Schumer and all them. They are all heavy. Like, we are pro-Israel. Da da da. Bro,
sucking.
I'm sorry. Forgive me for being the insane one that thinks that I am not putting any government on this planet above criticism.
Ever.
I talk shit about my government 25 years. I'm not gonna talk shit about Israel's government.
What?
You think I'm not gonna have a disagreement with a government that's carrying out a genocide? You're bullshit.
Yeah.
So. We're here 4th of July, and the defense is not for our rights, for our people, for everything. The defense is let's defend
some
this
bullshit.
Random government along with the people who are trying to kill our
that are defending it have never even fucking been.
That the people you're defending it with are actually anti-Semitic.
I still keep going back to that one clip where they was all sitting like behind the fucking panels, whatever. They said, "When you become where's the first place you're gonna go?" Everybody said Israel. This nigga Zohran said, "Be in New York."
Stay in New York.
Why? That's
be in New York, bro.
Why?
Why y'all trying to do these
trick
questions, bro?
We get taught to follow and see all these principles, and this is why the core debate at the end of the day comes back to like the founding of the country, because there are some people who are like, no, America, all these great principles, and there's some other people who are like,
I respect the office.
And there are people, Nelly, and there are some people who are like, oh, America said it was going to be founded on all these ideals, but it hasn't lived up to a lot of these promises. And right now, where they're trying to attack the 14th Amendment, you niggas are shilling for people who don't like Jewish people. if we were so aggy about anti-Semitism, then we would not be clicking up with the right wing.
No.
The ones who have Nick Fuentes. The ones who were the OG back like 2 years ago, being like Jewish people controlling the entire world.
Yeah.
Gave Ye a media circuit. Gave Ye a media circuit when he came out and started saying anti-Semitic shit. And now I'm supposed to believe.
They had him in the Oval Office. They had Ye in the Oval Office with a MAGA hat on.
And Nick Fuentes. All right, bro. You're expecting me to believe that this is an earnest coalition to defend Jewish people here.
Yeah. All right.
Yay. All right,
bro.
Let's get into the final thing. The only thing stronger than the United States Constitution is racism.
Yeah, real.
That's real. God damn.
Jesus.
Put that on a fucking wall somewhere.
Final 10. Thank you guys for rocking with us.
Yes, sir.
We have actually been not fulfilling our promises to the people of the United States because we keep not reading y'all comments.
Oh, God.
This ain't dictatorship. We take no credit.
Right. I feel like we read everything, though. Like, I read.
We see it. We see it all, but we just don't screenshot it and then do our job and put it at the end of the episode where we're supposed to.
We be reading y'all shit, and then we be like, bro, that is so deep. And then we'll talk about it for like an hour and then forget about it. Like, so, you know.
So we can go in Jaam format. I have no idea.
Actually, no, let me read. I know this one. Yeah, I'm going to read this one. He said,
who is this from?
This is the one I was talking about earlier.
This is from Razzle Meyer 2008.
Razzle Meyer 2008, right?
Yep.
Great. This is from YouTube. Great episode, fellas. Although my one issue is why are we giving so much attention lately to trash reality shows? Ain't none of them types of shows are good for society at all. Tired of hearing about the garbage Love Island, and it's really something that should be talked about when the world isn't so chaotic and full of bullshit. #JaamTalk. Hold on, let me
go get
First of all, thank you for your Jam Talk comment.
We appreciate you for the support, my boy.
Second of all, nigga, we're talking about it because TikTok pulled in 196 million fucking views in the last week about it. Nigga, we're talking about it. I'm going to start my own podcast about Love Island. Fuck, nigga, just because of you.
I was going to say, first of all, it's our shit, nigga. Second of all,
nigga,
you could start the Razzle podcast.
Just watch it. Look,
you can start the Razzle podcast and talk about the doom and gloom all the time. The other thing is, though, you have to meet people where they are. I remember last episode when Josh was here, people was mad about the left not building coalitions, which, I mean, broadly, you know, it's harder to build coalitions with certain people that are double agents, like a fucking Eric Adams. Fuck you. But one of the other things is we do have to get better at meeting people where they are, not compromising on our values. Same thing, something that Zohran showed. You don't have to compromise on what you value, but meet people where they are. And at the end of the day, there are a lot of young people and people in general and women and all types of shit who are watching Love Island and they're going to form all types of opinions or have their opinion about it anyway. So you might as well infuse something of what you think, maybe a different perspective.
I'm going to let you into, the last thing I'm going to say, I'm going to let you into a little bit of the mindset like JJ was saying. That's what it is. It's like, realistically, if we talked about this one thing every single day, every single time, it's going to miss a lot of people, right? And the more broader topics we talk about, right? We could talk about Love Island at the start of the episode and it brings somebody in. They feel much more involved into the conversation because they understand what's going on in the show. That's something they watch.
And they're more open to our other perspectives.
And then, then we start talking about the big, beautiful bill. And they say, oh, what's the big, beautiful bill? You know, I fuck with these guys, so I'm going to watch whatever this is.
And even them people, because there are people who leave.
I had multiple people ask me about the big beautiful bill in one of my videos.
There are people who leave like hate comments, but they love watching, so they'll like comment and they'll be like, "Man, I'm not rocking with this take on Diddy."
But I'm still like anyway.
When we talk about Love Island, and they come back when we talk about the big beautiful bill. Over time,
it's called social media 101.
Social media 101.
Socialization.
We appreciate it, but
appreciate you. For
mind your business.
The world is
just skip it. You can skip it.
You could skip this little chapter. And then come back and watch it.
And even then, in that episode, we talked about some real shit too.
So. We always do. We try to be real. That's our whole thing.
We always do.
Next comment from Alamad.
That looks like Instagram.
Yeah, that's Instagram. Okay. Instagram, yep.
Alamad 44. I don't know if y'all will see my content. Comment written. We did see it.
We see it.
It is so refreshing to hear you young men speak and to be able to call you young men with my whole chest. Keep going. The community needs you, and we love you. Signed, a black woman. Black woman.
Yes, sir. Black woman.
Thank you.
Black
appreciate
love you. Really appreciate
the love. The love has been
so
insane. We get that so much. We get that so much. We are in a very weird political time. So it just so happens that there is a need for 4 black men.
4 black men. Bro, we got 3 black men right now.
3 black men.
We miss my nigga.
We need the island.
I'm telling you, ever since he put that shit on my soul.
Ever since
he ain't never been the same.
Ain't never been
2 weeks.
Try me if you want to.
That's actually like 2 weeks.
You got that voodoo curse.
All right, Trump gonna say he gonna deport my ass and he gonna end up missing.
Hey, but you need glasses.
That voodoo curse,
bro. I can't see shit. Hey, we got the phone here so I can read it. Yes, sir. We got this from Will Knight on Instagram. I really do hope y'all see this as written.
As written.
Can y'all talk about the prejudice that a black man goes through in the suburbs where I'm from?
Ooh, I'm not as safe in my own neighborhood.
Yep, not as safe as in his own neighborhood. Basically, like
the burbanites.
The burbs.
You know what's wicked?
Mm-hmm.
For I gotta.
I think I know what you're gonna.
Yeah,
say.
but I don't want to. But I don't want to.
Yeah. Are you gonna say the burbs better?
No.
And like when it comes to what, white people?
No, hell no. I was gonna actually talk about what we were talking about in terms this week with the thing that happened a few days ago that we can't disclose, that we can't talk about, but it just happened at the place that we went to 2 days ago.
Oh,
and we were talking about it and how like
we had a big racism happen.
We had a big racism. And it's always like
white woman.
It's always weird. White woman. It's always weird because you're trying to balance things as like, and I feel like people try to balance both things, right? You look at the suburbs, you look at the city, et cetera. I'm just talking like Chicago, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to balance, living amongst your people. You want to balance like being in that, you know what I'm saying? Being safe within that community, whatever it is.
Mm.
And you run into shit like this where you have a lot of black people that go back to the burbs. You have a lot of people that go to the burbs, it's quieter. Oh, it's nicer. But like for who? And now you have a target on your back being in the suburbs, being in these places because you the only nigga in that fucking
let's talk about for who, because the reason why there's this burb and city like distinction is because, well, the reason why you find a lot more like left-leaning politics and also white people who are not as adversarial in the city is because you're living in close proximity with members of every demographic. It's kind of hard to remain ignorant when you're actively living around all these people who they develop ignorant stereotypes about.
Right.
Urban white people very famously ran out the fucking cities after niggas showed up, after the war and after the Great Migration and everything. So
that's
you have police departments in the suburbs who are very much more far down that right-wing pipeline, neo-Nazi-esque, like officers who just do and say any goddamn thing because that was like their thing, is to protect the community from the lascivious beasts roaming the countryside being black people. So like I feel it's very tangible. Like we live in our city and we had that shit happen the other day, right? And as you feel it when it happens, obviously, and it's still bad. But it's really tangible still, like in the suburbs. And it was even tangible with the kids that we went to school with. We heard racist shit all
the fucking time,
bro. You got made fun of for your skin color overtly
all of the time
by white kids. White kids who had money, who had connections, who they would face no repercussions for that at all.
You tell teachers they wouldn't care.
Nope. It's just a joke, So that whole culture is very much shifted by a lot of things, obviously. It's not like cut and dry, but like there's a lot of things that go into it. And it just so happens one of those things is that intense not wanting to be around minorities thing. Puts a lot of white people to the suburbs. So it's very uncomfortable.
And what I would say to combat that, just be unapologetically you.
Even if it makes them uncomfortable.
And if niggas try some shit, lawsuit. Fuck it. They got the money for it, lawsuit.
I would say that, or like, and even then, just be very particular and careful about where you decide to settle down, right?
That too.
That's your safe space. That's where you want to feel the safest. That's where you want to have that peace of mind. Be intentional about where you want to live. You know what I mean? Don't just...
And let's say, and you have to be intentional about that with everything. And it's so annoying because that's what I was saying. The only thing stronger than the Constitution is racism. We have to weigh that calculus because even when you're in the city, Chicago is very redlined.
Very fucking redlined. Jesus Christ.
North
immediately,
whiter, south
switch.
Blacker, western, south more Hispanic. Like,
you already know it.
Divided.
You know it.
You start getting to a black area when you see like the fucking streets start to bubble up.
When the bike lanes ain't got
disappear.
Ain't got no concrete curbs to defend you. That's when you know.
There.
And that's actually true. Like you can actually.
We're not bullshitting. Like we're dead ass. Yeah.
Even like the Chicago style home, like that one home that you immediately start seeing as soon as you start going into like some of the suburb areas. It's like, oh, okay, you know where you at now.
It's literally like a fucking gradient. When you're driving, you see a whole bunch of white people walk their dog, got the bikes and shit. Then you go a little bit further, it starts to get a little little darker, and then
immediate.
We're here.
Yeah, and then you see a lot of, which is also the cool side of the city. You see a lot of our people outside
out there every
but
day.
Then you also see the community investment is lacked.
Yeah.
I'm like, why do we not have a protected bike lane? That should be a that's like that's a miniature step.
It's literally everywhere else in the city. Just be intentional, man.
Be very
intentional about where you live. Be intentional about all of those things
and who you keep around you.
Yeah. Bro. Also, the uncomfortability thing, like making them uncomfortable. Like, do that shit. I be doing that shit. I think that's the funniest shit in the world.
I feel like you want to know what it is, and that's what I was gonna say when I made the point about the N-word. I was like, the reason why I'm not policing, and the reason why I still say nigga, and the reason why I disagree with a lot of black people who say that we shouldn't say nigga is because the thing about us is not that the words that we're saying are making people uncomfortable.
Oh, it's your skin. Like,
it's not the act.
It's your skin color. That's it.
It's skin color.
They call it a
5-year-old upstanding white person. You can be the most upstanding black person in the world. Good morning. Good morning. And they're still looking at you as a nigga.
Yep.
Yeah, so
what it is,
that's kind of like the cards that we've been dealt. So I'm like, yeah, I want to try to like treat everyone nicely, but also don't victim blame yourself for the reaction to things. When they called a black 5-year-old
that's dealing with that trauma. That's that
and
trauma.
And gave them hundreds of $1,000s. Like, all right, like, come on, we know what it is. We know what it is. So, that is dealing with that trauma.
Yeah, that is. We appreciate y'all for the Jam Talks.
Happy 4th.
Happy 4th of July.
Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of The Jam. If you did enjoy, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, follow us on every platform. I'm talking about Acast. I'm talking about Spotify. I'm talking about YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I'm talking about iHeartRadio. I'm talking about Amazon. I'm talking about whatever else is there.
Whatever.
The other.
And well wishes to Alan.
Yeah, Alan, get well soon.
Everybody spam W Allen in
hopefully
the chat.
Next episode he'll be back to start off.
He will be here next episode.
Yeah,
no, he will. He
needs to.
He's gonna be here in a N95 mask.
N95 in a dirty bubble, nigga. Thank you guys. Have an awesome day or night wherever you may be, and see you.
Peace out, bro.
Thank you for watching this long. If you haven't already, subscribe. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? You think we just sitting here doing it for nothing?
You think you're gonna sit here and not
need
shit? Like,
I know you're not subscribed. Click it.
Cool.